Seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for them, just a time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for them, just a time, just like another season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen in the chat. I'm your host, Xotic here. This is the S.O.S Path $500 Better Together tournament. A total of 82 teams signed up here tonight, and we are absolutely having a blast tonight, and only 12 now remain. We're going to be casting the winner semifinals here in the next few minutes. Sporty, my main man, is going to be joining us as we're both going to be casting this and have an absolute blast. Sporty, how you feeling?
Yeah, as you said as well, I'm feeling great. This is an amazing, amazing event here brought to you by our friends at S.O.S Path, as well as Serenix Esports here. As you said, at 82 teams, double elimination. We're here for a great night of action. We're starting with S.O.S versus the Gold Diggers, a winner semifinals matchup. Because it's the winner semifinals, this is a best of 3. All matches tonight are best of 3, except for the winner's final and the grand finals. So Xotic, S.O.S, an RLCS team, they made top 12 in the last chance qualifier. The Gold Diggers themselves have made an incredible upper bracket run through some very tough opponents, having just beaten Ghost Boy Stash, an A-ranked team, to get to this point. Gold Diggers definitely trying to make the Cinderella story continue, but for S.O.S, they're the top team in this tournament by ratings. You would expect them to continue to keep that going, but we'll see how the Gold Diggers perform against them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen them kind of come through this bracket here. I mean, taking a look, these guys have absolutely just made the run of it, basically only dropping a couple games here and there, keeping that consistent streak going. This is where the cutoff, we climbed up the hill. We're officially kind of reaching towards the peak before we end up starting the roller coaster back down into the grand finals. I'm super hyped. This is the winners for the reason.
This definitely is. This is the upper bracket. This is where things come. And SOS, by the way, if you're all wondering who is on this SOS team, well, you're going to get to find out pretty soon why we've been talking so highly of this team tonight. So let's get this series underway, Xotic. It is SOS, the #1 seed, who will be taken to the orange. The Gold Diggers trying to make that incredible upper bracket run through blue. The winners finals is only moments away in a $500 tournament. Better together, we're better here. The Gold Diggers on the blue. It's Khan, Slavi, and NC. SOS on the orange. Life, Plexi, and Drew. On a team that not too long ago made top 12 in the RLCS Last Chance qualifier, now looking to make top 1 in the Better Together tournament, and they're only a few moments away from guaranteeing top 2, but NC starts off strong, 1 goal already, and the Gold Diggers are on the board.
And you can see already, these teams are just absolutely quick to the ball. I mean, NC took no time at all. He was immediately from the top to the bottom, slamming that down, and immediately setting off for Gold Diggers to get the early goal lead, not even 20 seconds into this official match.
Yeah, the underdogs, a major underdog side in the tournament here, looking to make that run happen, but here goes Drew, stopped by Slavi. The Gold Diggers will stay close, but it's SOS side keeping the offense going, and if I'm not wrong, Gold Diggers, not only are they a good team, I believe they're also an EU side, so they don't have ping advantage in this matchup. That's going to be something to really look at as the series goes on, but they're used to that here, although SOS, I mean, we don't need to introduce this team. Everybody from North America knows who these players are. They're mechanical, they're high level. There's a reason why this team is rated as #1 in tonight, but they've got to get goals to prove that here, and in this best of 3, goals are going to come at a premium, and so too will wins, because 2 wins, you're in that winners finals. It's a very short series, and, you know, in maybe just about 15 minutes, one of these teams is going to be in that lower bracket.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially with speaking on the favorites, their Gold Diggers are actually, they had beat the pro of the Shopify Rebellion Wavies team in the first part of the winners bracket, as Khan's gonna set it up right there and get the bang! No problem for him! Khan scores and leads it up by 1.
Gold Diggers keep the play going, and I love this infield pass. NC recognizing that Drew's not looking to challenge there, he's looking to leave the play, and so often you see these high-level teams leave that space open, expect their defenders to make that save, but against teams like as good as this, you can't leave space open. SOS, no matter how mechanical they are, this Gold Digger side has got some incredible team chemistry, and they're really putting it on display.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, these rotations are gonna be critical. You see it all the time in pro play. It does not matter, especially even to this level. These rotations are gonna be close. They're gonna be quick. And any mistake, these teams are going to capitalize on. You cannot allow them the spaces. That pitch goes through. Can they follow up with slightly down under? One more time. There's not a third. There does take a 50 out to midfield.
Yeah, I love the start here. Gold Diggers still not letting up, but here goes SOS trying to find that first one, as they've been waiting quite a while here, but in goes Drew. That's a great infield pass. Life to Drew, and we're talking as if SOS are coming into this match playing at their best. They aren't. This team has been waiting almost 30 minutes, I think, for their matchup here. Probably even longer than that, honestly, against Gold Diggers. They've been waiting for this series for quite a while, so I really feel like this game one right now, from what we've seen from SOS, they're warming up, they're getting into it. That's a huge goal to keep their spirits high, and all they need is one more to tie this game up, and things could keep going, but they've left the net wide open. That's an easy one for Khan. Gold Diggers are back up by 2.
And that's just a beautiful pass there. Slothy takes it up down to the center. Khan, easy follow-up, and all 3 of the people on for SOS, they're just absolutely not able to defend it. 2 minutes and 55 seconds remain on the board. Can SOS come on back?
A lot of time left in this game, but SOS definitely meeting the reason why this Gold Digger side has upset so many other teams in this bracket so far. As Life will challenge. Slafi waiting back. It's going to be a play for Plexi. Life's up ahead, but he doesn't have boost. Can't challenge this one. As Khan will find NC, and I love that pass as well. We've seen so often when the Gold Diggers get an opportunity to clear the ball away, they don't. They pass that ball every chance they get, and it's one of the reasons why I think SOS are struggling with this team, is because the Gold Diggers, they're making it very tough to take the ball away from them, but an infield play will be kept out as NC challenges, and again, Gold Diggers, we first onto the play off that challenge. NC kept out by Life. We'll flick it ahead, but SOS, it's a clear that will go nowhere. As Plexi now, across for Drew. Sloth waiting as Drew again leaves it for Life. SOS keep the play moving here as Life, Khan, Drew missed on it. Gold Diggers have space. Khan in an infield option. Sloppy's waiting. Will go for the pass. It's in for the net. Life will get to the block. And the Gold Diggers continue to attack. You really feel like they're one goal away from securing this game at this point.
And you can certainly tell, but that is going to be the response early. Plexi, no problem from him as he's absolutely takes the pass from Life's hands. A 50 almost turned awkward. Plexi was up early and took advantage. They are just so close, it feels like, but not able to grab themselves up off the ledge.
So much time still to go here. SOS trying to make that run quick. As it's Plexi. Half flip flick, it's gonna go in! Life got the last touch! What a smart play from Life in front of the net. He usually, in that position, is only going for the bumps and is immediately getting out, but he saw the opening made, and SOS, after being down the entirety of this game so far, have tied things up.
The game is not over until 0 seconds are officially on that clock, and SOS is here to play the game, almost getting another shot go. And another shot there, Drew passes it down mid, Demos on the play, the aggression is there, you can see it, double Demos between these two teams, almost sparring with explosions, no problem from them, as that's gonna be a back pass. Life, down center, off to Slothy, as he's gonna get an early pre-read, Drew off of his touch, no problem, full take-up boost, full control, immediately challenges, followed from Life, he's gonna center it back down for Plexi, shot goes through, Spar down, and there's a save somehow, he remains out, it's still tied up, and Gold Diggers are up still.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even saved there, it just hit off the bar and stayed away from the net, as what a strike from Sloppy! Oh, he put the power to it, and sent that one to the orange side of the field. Huge power out of nowhere, 115 kilometers an hour. SOS are given no chance.
And you could certainly feel as this S.O.S. was trying their absolute hardest. They had the aggression, they had the ball in the blue half for a solid 30 seconds, but they just could not capitalize. Gold Diggers had the ball and the pressure on defense from start to finish.
Offense continues. Drew, Khan to clear it away. Inside the final minute now in our first game of the evening on this stream, our first of many here. By the end of the night, we're going to have a champion. For now, these teams are just moments away from the winners' finals as Gold Diggers clears. Life keeps it away. Gold Diggers still on it, though. They've been first to every single challenge, it feels like, and they continue to be so. Sloppy in front of the net. Can't put that one in, but it'll only waste even more time as SOS running out of options. Life using those mechanics. We'll get through NC. Pass to Drew. Saved by Khan. Plexi comes in the follow. Off the corner. Cleared away. 10 seconds now and counting. The Gold Diggers have the lead as Drew to Plexi. NC pinches it back. Life's out of position. He won't get the touch. And Khan will put it in. Surely that secures game one.
And that certainly just feels like the nail in a coffin. That pinch leaving Life in such an awkward spot for Khan, who had no boost, mind you, to get an easy cleanup goal with 6 seconds. I think I can safely say Gold Diggers have this in the bag.
6 seconds to go. SOS needs something drastic, and maybe they get it. They've won the kickoff, but it will not be enough. Game one will go to the Gold Diggers, the underdog story of the evening, and it continues to prove as such through game one of this best of three.
Gold Diggers just continuing to show up and show out. They do not care what their opponent is. It could be the pro Wavy, who is actively, mind you, who won LCQ at his in-worlds. They don't care. They're here to play. They're here to get that $500 at first place. It does not matter. They are here to fight.
We'll see about that. The offense, though, starting out from this Gold Digger side has been pretty solid, but hey, look, I know you guys can't see it, but in the chat, Life's telling them that they made a mistake, so clearly this SOS side's pretty confident, and yeah, you know what, I love what Gold Diggers are doing. They're immediately pleading for their lives, having a little fun right here, but seriously, we gotta talk about this Gold Diggers upset story. They're the number 21 seed here, the 21st seed. Clearly they are proving to push against that tonight here. An underdog story for the ages. We'll see what SOS can do to keep things going, but for now, we're through at game one, and it right now is the Gold Diggers who are one game away from a spot in the winners finals, a guaranteed top 3 spot. Reminder, it's top 3 to get that prize pool, so this is a very important series. You win this, you're guaranteeing that you're not going to walk away empty-handed.
Yeah, absolutely. And to speak on for that team here, they've been absolutely keeping these close games. Even though they've been in the winners bracket, they have still been that underdog, as Sporty has mentioned previously. They have been absolutely making sure that they've come through these teams. Going through game 3 is shots right through. Speaking of keeping it close, they kept it close as all 3 of them were upfield as demos come out. And Plexi sends it on down. Enzi with full boost, takes it away from him. And Life will send it back up to the wall. Khan, back off to the right there. NC jumping early, gets a pre-jump, just barely, and Drew gets a touch off of his corner of his car. Plexi down to Sloth. Sloth back into Life's hands, and Life is going to go for a potential 50. It does. 50 to the right side.
Yeah, offense still here. S.O.S. hold on to the ball. Is good timing from Drew, but yeah, you're recognizing the speed here from the Gold Diggers. This is a team that's playing very fast. Rarely do you see teams outpace players like Life or Plexi, but Gold Diggers right now are doing it consistently in the midfield. That is something that doesn't happen often. I think it's one of the reasons why S.O.S. were so shell-shocked in Game 1. They did not expect themselves to lose so many challenges, and because they don't have an answer, but in Game 2, they're off to a great start, and that is a tough shot for Drew. Make no mistake of it. He finds the top left corner, and simply put, from that angle, I did not expect him to hit there.
You know, as much as S.O.S. happened to lose game number 1, you have to give them their flowers. They have still continued to persist and claw their way. But speaking of clawing, Khan's gonna absolutely slice and dice. Does he have another? He got demoed as a response. I thought he got a third for a second. Sends it down for Slothy. And he's gonna jump early. He's not much boost, but he does get a flick there. Life has the response, sends it up. And he's gonna crop it down to mid. Drew has it, keeps it out of the box there, making sure it's an easy pickup for him. Gets a little bit of an awkward touch, so Life is going to have to absolutely squirm right back to the corner, and Plexi's going to take another 50. Down under for Khan. Khan down, shot through, and saved out of the box for Plexi. Slothy to the corner. Corner of Slothy one more time as our follow-up for Khan. He misses, he didn't have any boost, he didn't have the angle, and Drew will get another save, keeping the lead here for S.O.S.
Yeah, Gold Diggers are just too far away from the net there. You're not going to beat S.O.S. playing that far away from the goal. Drew almost had another one in that same top left corner off the pass. Now he goes to the back wall. Won't get that read. As this one. Slothy, Life, NC. Offense still moving here as the Gold Diggers will keep the play going. It's Drew around the back wall. Oh, it's going to bounce in. S.O.S. have another.
And S.O.S. still almost seemingly turning their just absolute gameplay inside out and upside down here in this game number 2. Their aggression is still there, but they are finally seeming to capitalize on those offensive chances and getting now 2 goals uncontested here within the final 3 minutes of this game number 2.
Yeah, time definitely ticking down here as we have been given confirmation of the other winner semifinals. Right now, it is 100x35 versus Lil Sepro. So, if you thought S.O.S. was the only RLCS level team here, you'll be sorely mistaken. There's 2 others waiting on the other side of the bracket to play in the winners finals as Drew, off the back wall, trying to look for another one here. The Gold Diggers, this game, have definitely not been nearly successful. It's been a play where they just have not been able to get offense. S.O.S. have done a good job at shutting them down here, and that offense that was so lethal in Game 1 has been tempered here in Game 2, and S.O.S. slowly but surely picking apart, but that's a mistouch, and NC will score a mistake in the midfield, and the Gold Diggers will go 2-on-1 and 1-2.
And you can almost see the horror that comes out of Life's face. If I saw his player cam, I'm sure that he's just a little tad bit shell-shocked. He was immediately left in the most awkward position, facing inside of the net, which you all know is the worst spot to be, as he's going to actually try to get a response. But unfortunately, nothing works out for him. Plexi will take a 50 on down. One more time for Drew. Drew to the pass. Plexi up top. Does he have a follow-up? No, he does get a partial. Is there a follow-up there out of Life? Enzi misses. It's double commit. Enzi, it's a shot for Drew! Drew will capitalize and keep their lead up by 2, no matter the response from Gold Diggers.
Well, the response was whiffing, which is never going to help you out against S.O.S. there. In front of that, they must have expected a second touch, because that is a bad time to miss the ball. And they had enough boost, easily enough boost to make that touch, so they must have been expecting a double tap there, one that never actually came, as S.O.S. will look to keep the ball. And look at that from NC! What a challenge! Khan, 2 goals now! The Gold Diggers do not give up, and what a play from NC, reading that play from Life perfectly.
I hate to say it early, but it looks like Gold Diggers are just not out of it yet. They seemingly continue to, it's their time to fight and scratch, but they have it on the back line there. And it does not matter, I said it before, the game ends when the ball touches the ground at 0.00. And it seems like Gold Diggers are trying to get their tie back.
Time still left to go here, but only 90 seconds in the tank as Khan almost snuck that one through. S.O.S. will be quick on their feet as NC. High touch. Life's going to read this one as NC's going to get around him, actually. Khan will win the challenge here. A bit awkward for S.O.S., but Drew is already up for this one. The Gold Diggers will be set. Cross-map pass for NC. He's the option there, but Life takes it away. Huge challenge. Now finds Plexi across the field for Life, but S.O.S. cannot hit the net from that angle. Sloppy clears, and actually that's not a great touch there. That is straight to S.O.S, and they can make something happen! Ground pinch, saved by Khan. Sloppy will keep it away, and with a minute to go, Gold Diggers holding on to Life, holding on to that chance they can win the series here, because if they're going to Game 3, I worry that their chances are not in their favor.
Yeah, and you can certainly see being on match point early is not great for the mental and not great to throw yourself into the lowers bracket especially. I mean, they do have that other fighting chance, but you definitely want to keep yourself in the winners versus the losers bracket. It's usually a better time and a better outcome as that pinch will send it wide on down. Sloth a little bit awkward, Drew with no boost, and NZ will capitalize. Life up in the air. Final 30 seconds remain. Does S.O.S. retain their 1 goal lead as they've been hanging on for almost dear life as passes come through? Drew piles upside there. Khan gets a 50. Life a little bit not expecting that, definitely, as Drew will pop it up again, getting another touch. Takes a 50 with Sloth, sends it on down, but Khan was immediately under it. Life, again, being that consistent third man here for S.O.S. 5 seconds. Ball still floating. Drop that. That's going to go right in! And Life will take advantage!
They keep themselves in the uppers for now. S.O.S. are forcing Game 3 in this best-of-3 matchup. The Gold Diggers could not do enough to win it, and now you really feel like for a team that had the momentum in their favor this game, they have now lost everything they made from Game 1. S.O.S. are only 1 game away, and with the way that they're playing this game, if they're able to stay consistent, which we know they can, this could be a very, very terrible Game 3 for the Gold Diggers. They gotta really dig deep because S.O.S. right now are playing like they should.
Absolutely, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the tempo you will need to face off in this almost seemingly dance battle between these two teams. The tug of war will not stop until one team capitalizes just better.
Definitely.
Good luck, but they got 1 more game.
They do. They have 1 more game in this series. Both these teams pretty excited with how they're playing so far, but again, they got a lot to do here. It's on the other side of the back, and it's a little step bros. 135. As again, so we'll have to wait and see. But again, that matchup's going to be coming right after this one, actually, by the way. So as soon as this series is over, we're going to wait to the other winners semifinals to see who else is going to be in that winners finals. So we're not going anywhere after this matchup. We're going straight into another matchup here. So it's a big match as well. Gold Diggers, S.O.S. $500 tournament. And it's Game 3 at Champions Field. S.O.S. won Game 2. If they're able to stay consistent, you really feel like they're the team that's favored to win this.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially with the momentum heading into things, these teams are, you can definitely tell it's on Champions Field for a reason. The nerves are definitely going to be there, and it's the difference maker between these two teams of who is going to capitalize on these said mistakes as we established earlier in this Game 1. Speaking of mistakes right there, that could have been costly had that miss come out. Life comes diving as a third. It doesn't matter, though. Khan will take advantage 30 seconds in.
Yeah, just great job at creating chaos in front. Again, they're winning these challenges when they need to. And see, that's a big play in front of the net there. Because he wins that challenge, that's why the ball stays in front. That's why Gold Diggers can keep playing. And you have to think, with the way that the Gold Diggers are playing, if they're able to keep that pace going, they've outpaced S.O.S. multiple times. If they're able to keep that going, S.O.S., they're going to need something new here. As Drew, well, he outwins that one. Nobody is left back. It's Life all alone, and that's a scary thing to say. But Sloppy will get there for the block, and S.O.S. will retreat to their own half of the field.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen. We saw this again in game number 1. These offensive chances you have to take advantage of. Sloppy's gonna pop it up. Flip reset down under. Drew with the majestical save. Not much boost as NC will take advantage. Life off third. Down under for Drew, who has to pop it up. He has to turn it with no boost. Sloppy down under. Shot for him. Life has to commit. Plexi has his back. NC back to center. Drew with another save out of him. Life will take advantage one more time. Off to the center here. Does he have a carry, though? Not quite. He's going to early 50. Lexi will take it. Actually, excuse me, Drew will. But you can see with these players, they're right next to each other. Pass comes through. Life gets a 50, and Sloth will remain it out.
I'm running less and less for S.O.S. You feel like they are starting to let you know exactly how they want to play this game. It's all mechanics right now for S.O.S. Playing in front, in the air, using that ability as here goes Life. That's off the post. In front, Khan will scratch it away from danger. Now goes another. Life's taken off the field, but Plexi and Drew still there. Cleared by NC. Drew leaves it for Life. Sloppy won't have this, relying on Khan, who uses everything he has to get there. Demo in front, S.O.S. walking in, but it will be Khan ahead. Time running low here, but these teams continue to play. S.O.S., you feel like they're playing as if they have a minute left. They still have 3 minutes to go, but you can tell this team panicking right now, under a lot of pressure. They know what this means, because they're getting chances, but they need one to go through.
Just seems like it's not even just taking advantage of the offensive chances, it's the absolute 10 out of 10 defense here that's coming out of Gold Diggers. They did the same thing in game number 1 where they just played even with that pressure, denying every chance, and that's 4 shots, 5 shots now that have come on through, a total of 9 that have still been denied. Gold Diggers remains resilient in the final 2 minutes of this game number 3.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate that resiliency, but only being up 1 goal, you feel like eventually this could fall apart for them here. They really need to hold on to this lead. Any goal against them could be their undoing. And S.O.S., I think they know that more than anyone else right now, but they've got to be careful not to overcommit. That almost could have been dangerous for them, as Drew will be back. S.O.S. down the field again. Mechanical play from Drew, but Khan will block that one short. Sloppy wins the challenge. Open backfield for Khan. He won't be able to score, but he'll leave it in front. Double commit for S.O.S. Khan taken away by Plexi. S.O.S. dispossessing the Gold Diggers again, but they cannot get down the field. S.O.S. stopped short right now as Gold Diggers in front. Plexi to clear. Life waiting, but it's Khan once again.
You can see it plain as day. The momentum shift is completely massive. S.O.S. has absolutely been boost-starved out of their minds, completely getting demoed off the play when they do have boost. And this is the first clearance they've had in the final minute. Can they capitalize there? Plexi with the shot. Plexi will tie it up with a minute and 12 left in the game.
Ironically, playing defense actually helped S.O.S. here. Gold Diggers all pushed up, and on defense they've been so bunched, they've been so close to their net, but on offense they've really spread out. S.O.S. playing defense there, forced them to play out of their comfort zone, and that's where they counter. The Gold Diggers got a bit too high up on the field, and S.O.S. now have momentum late. Life off the corner. Maybe another chance up failed. S.O.S. looking to turn 1 into 2. As, a bit of miscommunication maybe. Life and Plexi not really on the same page right there. That's gonna be in front. Khan will get a shot, but nothing major. Plexi to clear. This one going long. Khan, you almost missed that touch. Life in front. S.O.S. Mayday in front of the goal, but a huge bump. Drew was gonna score there, but a goal line bump, and the Gold Diggers stay in this one.
You would think you might need to swap names after that point. That's an S.O.S. and Drew, never mind! S.O.S. takes advantage and possibly the game-winning final in game number 3! Bang, bang!
33 seconds. The Gold Diggers have fought valiantly, but do they have anything left in the tank? Anything left in this best of 3? The Cinderella story of the upper bracket so far. They need one more. Khan to the back wall. Life will get that block. Plexi. Sloppy again. This one will bounce away, but it's Life who will stay with it. And see? Khan. He got past Drew on that one. Drew didn't read it correctly. S.O.S. are there to help him out, but Gold Diggers, and maybe you found an opening here, because S.O.S. are out of position! Somebody's gonna be in net! Drew got bumped, but he'll still make the save! Demoed away! Khan, in front! NC looking, but Drew will clear! S.O.S. Need one more! Life to drop it! NC will get the challenge! This will be over! S.O.S. are off to the winners' finals!
I cannot believe how the tables have been turned on their head. S.O.S., ladies and gentlemen, are moving on in the winner's bracket.
What a showing so far. And considering on the other side of the bracket, little Step Bros and Xotic have been waiting so very patiently for their matchup as well. I mean, they now know that S.O.S. are waiting for them here, but what a showing so far for these teams, and what a start to our night. This has been exciting already, and we're only one match in. We still have a lot more to go through here so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I myself am hyped. These high level teams are going to continue to impress. It doesn't matter if we're looking from the lowest bracket or the winners that you just saw. We went all the way to game 3, and we absolutely were not expecting this almost seemingly surprising ending there from S.O.S. pulling it out of their pocket and putting it down on the table, cashing that check. Hopefully they can make and continue this run.
Yeah, definitely here, as you said. Hopefully they can continue it. Well, for now they will, as our next match will be the other winner's semifinal. As I said, Little Step Bros and Xotic have been waiting. Their chance to be on the stage will be in just a few minutes. We're going to go to a break to get everything set up, to make sure that the stream's happy, to make sure everybody watching is happy. But in maybe a minute or two, we're going to be back online, and we're going to have another best of 3 for you.
Season. The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason. But I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reap.
And we are officially back from break, everybody. Welcome again. Thank you so much for your patience. We're going to be moving on. It is going to be Little Step Boys versus 100x35. These two competitive teams here in the other half of the winner's bracket are their semifinal chances. We're going to be casting, and as soon as everybody gets into the lobby, we'll be absolutely casting, having a blast. Sporty, how do you feel?
Yeah, of course you said Little Step Bros. I don't know why I called them Little Step Bros. That's a whole different team. Alpha Cap's not playing tonight. I'm sorry, everybody. But you know who is playing? It's going to be Bullseye, Oath, and Guh. Actually, a good amount of players who actually have been on the Little Step Bros team. And X35 on the other side, a team that just made an org that just made top 8 in the last RLCS Open qualifier. This is a now new team. This is a team that's actually going to be playing in the Bell Invitational not too long. That's Resinal, Tide, and Pigeon. This is another best of 3. S.O.S are waiting in the grand finals for this opponent. So we're in for a great series here tonight. Another best of 3. If you guys thought the amazing action was done, we're far from it. We still have so much more to go through.
That is certainly right on the nose for the truth here. We are going to be continuing to build that hype. We're going to absolutely, I can expect with these pro teams that are in these semifinals and possibly these grand finals, it's just going to continue to build in excitement and absolute great plays.
Yeah, as you said as well, and speaking of great plays, Pigeon's in the lobby. That's going to be a player to watch out for in this matchup. We talk about how mechanical Life and Plexi are. I promise you, Pigeon is a mechanical player. He's going to be amazing to watch as he almost had a goal for his team early there, tied with the first draw. 135 have been waiting a very long time, longer than S.O.S have to play this match. They've been waiting maybe 45 minutes or something like that. They've been waiting. No, sorry, Little Step Boys have been waiting. 135 have been waiting a little bit less, but These teams have been waiting, they're ready, and considering that, again, top 3 are guaranteed a part of that $500 prize pool from our friends in S.O.S Path Esports, obviously these teams, as I said before, it's an important match, because if you can guarantee top 3, you guarantee that at least by the end of the night, you're going to have something in your pockets.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell that these teams are excited to try and win their best chance. That shot comes through, that's a bang, but God will easily follow that up. Well done. Tying that up with not a full minute even played into this match. You can tell Step Boys is here to play. And looking on it, that's an early kick up there for the blue half. Step Bros have it one more time. That's a flip reset. Oath almost had it there. He almost beat 2. That would have been interesting to see if that would have been an easy beat. That would have been a clip of the night for our stream at the very least. Guys up there, 2 players. The double commit does work out there for 135. Pigeon sends it up right there. Passes it up there. Go up. Barely misses. That shot's third, but Bullseye has the recovery, and Oath gets the one more time for Bullseye to send it back to him. Pigeon off rip. Bullseye takes a shot. Pigeon again just almost seemingly dancing around the ball. Oath will take a 50 off. He was trying to go for maybe a carry possible flick. A follow up there. Pigeon no boost, but he does get that save there. Well done out of Pigeon. And he'll still remain in the orange half here.
As you said, it would just continue to play here. 135 beating quite a battle here in Little Step Boys, but the offense will continue as Pigeon off the sidewall, now to the corner. Bullseye will clear it away. He'll keep the play moving as towards net. Save by Resinal. Oath will go, and it is 2-0. Little Step Boys continue to add goals, continue to add scoring, and they'll keep things moving.
And you could certainly see, as we get higher in the level of skill, as these teams, as we get closer and closer to the finals, especially these 2 teams, Gun, Oath, they are high level. As you can see, their RLCS tags, their passing plays are almost perfect. They pass one up to another. They're almost reading each other before the ball even gets off their car. They're almost reading each other's minds, it seems. That is just one style of play that you only get by putting 20,000 hours into the game. And that shot almost goes through. Bullseye follows up. And right as I said it there, Bullseye was already pre-jumping before the ball was taken away. And leaves it up to the center there for Ty to recover.
Yeah, what a great offensive showing so far as Bullseye looking for another. Little Step Boys so far have been holding on to offense. They have not let it go as second touch. It'll be a little awkward there, but Resno will clear. Tide's already up, looking for their first of the night, and you know what? They will. Tucked in as Bullseye got the last touch. You put it in his own net, but you got to give credit. That shot was tough to read no matter what happened.
You have to give Tide his flowers. That was going to be a tough shot to defend. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for him, but it's no matter. They are still up by 1. Kickoff remains. And let's see if Little Step Bros can continue to respond as they have with that aggression.
Offense still. Little Step Boys are in the lead, but 135 looking to counter back. And again, we haven't seen many mechanical plays, but expect some. That's going to be one from Pigeon. 135 have scored, and as I said before, watch out for this from Pigeon. He will do stuff like this. That kind of stuff is second nature to him. He's one of the more mechanical players in this tournament, and he has no problem letting you know that.
And I've said it before, the level of just mind reading that these high skill level players have for their confidence in their teammates. They do not care. They already see the ball there. They're like, all right, I'm going, I'm jumping. It does not matter where the ball is on the field. They're trying to plan out and pre-read it before it even happens.
Well, they'll have to do a little bit more planning here. 2 minutes to go. Still very, very close here as Oath missed his chance. Little Step Boys just waiting as Resinal, Bullseye, clears it ahead. Pigeon, taking his time here as under X35 will keep control. Oh, but not a great touch there from Pigeon. Guz gonna clear it back. Bullseye's got room. Actually, Bullseye, the lowest ranked player in this tournament, he's rank B compared to everyone else who is either rank A or rank X. But not a player you should definitely look out. Not a player that you should definitely be keeping away from your radar here as he'll get stuffed there. Resinal finds another goal from Pigeon as he outplays that defense. Poor Bullseye can't get a save on that one. Credit to Resinal, he's a player who's known for that ability to make things happen out of nothing. He's such a strong, I would like to say technical type player where he goes for those 50s, goes for the stuff that you don't really applaud for, but the stuff that makes goals happen. Definitely watch Resinal and the way he plays because he likes to play aggressively, but you're going to see him more so create plays rather than maybe finishing every single one of them off.
Yeah, and I also hate to bring off to the side note, but anybody else in chat that is actively watching, we have a final 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Get your predictions, and I know it is a tad bit late since we are still midway through game 1, but go ahead and get your popcorn. I don't care if you've got 2 points. Get something in there and gamble.
Pigeon. Off the corner. Will take his time. 1 minute to go. Gah. Just waiting under this one as Tide will challenge. Pigeon. Kept it off the ceiling. Will be for Tide. Back down in front. Oath will clear. Resinal. Gah. The little step boys waiting as Pigeon up in the air will play for the fake on Bullseye. Does win that challenge, but Oath stays with it. Right now for Xotic, all they're doing is playing quite a defensively positioned game. They're not really trying to play aggressively in any way. They're just trying to see if that time will work in their favor. But Little Step Boys not making it easy. They'll continue to play these challenges. Gah, not on target, in front of the net. Everybody commits. It's a play for Oath. In front for Gah. Saved by Resinal. Oath can go again. He's got boost. Room in front. Gah's up off the ceiling. And he will not get his chance. A big missed opportunity. Little Step Boys keep moving. Can they get another? Gah! Save by Pigeon! Keeps the play on live! Little Step Boys! Shot! Save again! This one will be over! X35 has a battle for their lives, but they will end up with game 1.
You could certainly see where they are here to absolutely dominate, and certainly they would be considered the underdogs, considering that God Oath are these RLCS contenders. Well done out of them. Pigeon continues to live up to that legacy as Sporty described it earlier. He is a player to watch out for. He is almost seemingly lurking behind into the shadows of the other half of the field, just waiting for his opportunity to take advantage. And it seemingly it's just continued to work out over and over and over.
As it has worked out, it has been strong as well. We'll have a lot of fun here, definitely a lot of excitement. The match has only just begun. The night is still only just young. Here's Xotic. X35 have a 1-0 lead, or 1 win away from taking on S.O.S. in that winners finals. Oh boy, what a tough place it's going to be. Reminder for all of you, the winners finals is a best of 5, and so too is the grand finals. So, winning this, not only will you get to have a tougher matchup, you'll guarantee a little bit of that prize money. You'll also guarantee to play some longer matchups, and you'll give yourself a great chance to go into that grand finals with a game advantage, which, with it being a best of 5, it's not a very long matchup. That game advantage could be everything.
Absolutely, and there's no bracket reset, there's no best of 7. It is a simply best of 5, and a best of 5 with a game addition in there, game lead as we called it. I forgot the term as you literally just mentioned it, but is game advantage, excuse me, is all the purpose heading into it. Certainly will be the kind of almost determining factor if you can possibly sneak out a win with that advantage.
Yeah, it's such a huge advantage to have here, but Little Step Boys will need to find an advantage in game 2. It's 1 match at a time for each team in this tournament. They are still far away from thinking about the grand finals. Not only do you have to win this match, you gotta win the next match, and then you can think about what you're doing in the grand finals. For now, though, X35, part of the X35 Esports organization, all got removed from the net. There was nobody home, and the Little Step Boys will strike first for a second straight game.
And if that right there does not show the aggression that happens, it doesn't matter with, especially with these high-level teams, what they do. The first man gets done with the ball, turns around in this instance, and immediately eliminates the competition. If you can't beat him, delete him. And that's just a perfect save as well, as I'm just watching that happen. 50s come out, Bullseye takes a shot, immediately 50 by Pigeon. Oh, down to Go. Go with an absolute banger! A ripper, if you call it, center field. Go will take advantage and extend their lead by 1.
And when you can perform those infield passes perfectly, they're almost impossible to stop. There's a reason why that strategy sticks around in Rocket League and in the Rocket League Championship Series for as long as it has. One of the oldest strategies in the book, and it's still just as successful now as it was many, many years ago. So the infield passing from the Little Step Boys connects. X35 now down 2 goals in a game 2, and well, our last series went to free. It feels like it's fate that is deciding that we should go to free again, that last series was not enough for us.
I mean, I personally love to see it as a caster. I want to go all the way to the end. Doesn't matter if it's best of 3, a best of 5, or best of 7. You build up the hype, you build up the excitement. It's good for the viewers, it's good for everybody. to just have that competition. Sure, not on the players' nerves, I'd imagine, as that shot's gonna ring on through and somehow get saved by Oath. It remains true for Little Step Boys to remain in that lead.
That's a big chance wasted because that net was wide open as well. 135, you can't miss from as close as they were. I think that was Pigeon who had that shot as well, and that's one that, I mean, it doesn't really matter who is shooting, you've got to put in the goal. 135 will be pretty disappointed because they should be one goal away from tying this game. Instead, they're still 0-2 down as doesn't know what to clear. Stopped by Bullseye. Pigeon not able to outplay the shot from Ga, who will hit this one just wide of the net. Tied. Oh, he doesn't win the 50-50. That's going to stay away from the net as 135 just taking their time, but it's precariously placed right on their goal. But they will keep it out, and they'll go downfield. Nerves of steel on the goal line, I'll say, as they keep the option going. Ga, stopped by Tide. Will be Resinal, challenged by Ga. Oath will win the play as Pigeon keeps moving. Bullseye the block. The offense continues as halfway through this game, Little Step Boys trying to do what S.O.S did last series, and that is win from one game down, but still a lot of time to go, and if we know anything about 125, give this team a little bit of time to get that momentum going, and they're going to string together multiple.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if this was the exact same roster or not. I'd have to fact check myself on that. But I do know that this organization, or maybe at least one player from this roster, did make top 8 in the North American LCQ that happened about last weekend here. So don't count these guys out. These are pretty, more or less even power teams, and you can definitely see where the momentum, even though it is currently in Little Step Boys' favor right now, could absolutely swing in the opposite direction in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, as you said, and I can actually give you an answer to that. No, this is a different roster. This is their Bella Invitational roster, so this is actually a majority Canadian team for X35 Esports, but Pigeon was part of this team, or was part of this org when they did make top 8 in the LCQ. That's the only player that is still on this org after all that time, but right now, they're not thinking about LCQ. That's gone behind them. They're looking for goals. And you know what? They'll get one. Great shot from Tide as it goes right into the top of the net. And 135, after 3.5 minutes of gameplay, finally break through. And with how low scoring this game has been, they're on the cusp of tying this game, going to overtime. And you know, if they can get momentum on their side, they have a huge advantage.
Momentum is all that is needed that can change things, along with just how quick these players could go. Definitely can see it. I mean, 135 has the will, has the way. They're fighting. They're absolutely clawing their way up the mountain, trying to get it through. Pigeon to the side. Bullseye on down to the center here for him. Rezel's going to have to jump early because there is going to be a pre-jump there with Ga. Or not a pre-jump, but a follow-up, excuse me. Doubles come out. A final minute remains. Bullseye left his third man. Will take a bang on out. Ga stuck on the wall there. It's going to be a shot. Oh, it's going to have to catch up to it. It's a absolutely race to the back line. As a follow-up shot comes through, it gets centered wide. Ga's gonna take a follow-up there. 2 players out of 135 get that save, and Oath takes the follow-up once more.
I'm running low here. 135 though, they're in the driver's seat right now for this series. They have that one game win, but this is a very short series. These best of threes can turn so quickly, so immediately that you can't drop anything for free. They now need one to tie up this game to give them the chance to just sweep this series, go to the winners finals without any other questions. Tied to Resinal. Bullseye waiting, but Resinal will win that challenge. Ga is going to have this one, will not be able to get the offense going as 135 just cannot seem to win. Ga still playing here. Tide's got to win this challenge, but he doesn't have boost. Pigeon keeps it going. There's Resinal as well. Pigeon will take the challenge. Still going as Pigeon. Ga with a play at one to the ground. Little Step Bros for a second straight series. We are going to Champions Field.
That, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you want the game to be played. I personally, as a caster, I want this to be a tied series. I want to see Champions Field. I don't care how it's done. I don't care how it becomes, how fast it takes, or how long it takes, excuse me. I want to see Champions Field in any way, shape, or form, and we're going to it.
Yeah, we absolutely are. That's the exciting point of this series. We get another Game 3, another showing on everyone's favorite field, or at least I'm assuming everyone's favorite field, as again, such an exciting tournament so far. I'm sure a lot more excitement sure to come as well here, as we'll just have to keep on watching on how these teams perform. But Boy, what a tournament it has been. What a showing these teams have brought. And what a night it will absolutely be, as it is a spot in the winners finals, awaiting whoever can win just one more game.
Yeah, and mind you, folks, this is only the winners semifinal. We still have plenty of Rocket League action to bring to your doorstep and to your beautiful eyes as we head into this game number 3 between 135 and Little Step Boys. Here we go.
Your eyes are beautiful as well. I'm just going to tell you that one. You know, I get to see it all the time, so I thought I might as well say that one here as we're in game number 3 as Little Step Boys have scored first, I think, every single game so far this series. So, 135, if they have any reason, any way that they can try to outplay this team early, scoring first will absolutely be what you have to look at, as they might get it here. That's a miss in front. Awkward play. Oaf's going to clear, but 135 nearly made that happen. And again, if they can score first, if they can get chances like that and put it in the net, that first goal might be the difference maker, because Little Step Boys have every single game have had that advantage of being able to take the lead first in these games.
Especially, and you could tell with game 1 that aggression was there. They took advantage of those opportunities, but it definitely can see how a lot of these games, even though yes, it's a best of 3, whoever ends up scoring first usually, and I mean usually, game 1 being the exception here, ends up winning the series and or the game at that point. As Gull will send it down, Resonal will take it as demos come out of the play. Flip reset. Oath immediately denying any chance. Bullseye up early. Spins it up with Pigeon. Back to the corner. Followed from Oath. Oath gets a 50, and Gull's gonna have to race on back as third man as Resonal sends it back.
Offense still. 135 just waiting. Pigeon slowly does it. Bullseye will challenge. That's a great play from Bullseye. So tough to read what Pigeon's going to do on that play, because he's known for his flip resets, and he's especially known for his really high flip resets. As a play in front, Oaf won't win that challenge, and Bullseye was a bit out of position. He expected Oaf to get another touch on that one. But 135, they're really low on boost right now. Little Step Boys can do whatever they want in front of that net, and 135 just have to accept that it's happening. They got to get that ball out soon, or else they're going to be stuck with nothing in a few moments. Tide stops Ska. Pigeon will clear it away. Tide will chase after this one, albeit at a snail's pace, and X25 will see that ball away for the moment. They'll refresh on boost, but they're still stuck on defense. Little Step Boys waiting for their moment, waiting for their chance. This possession has been suffocating so far.
I've said it earlier, the Champions Field nerves seem to persist. Doesn't matter what team you are on. Doesn't matter if you're on NRG or the European champion KC. It does not matter. The nerves on Champions Field still remain, as the double commits out of both teams have still continued, especially with Little Step Boys have absolutely been playing the better. That just meant of an own goal. Oh, what a save! Is there a follow-up? It's another save! And somehow, Little Step Boys remains tied with 135 on this game number 3.
Bullseye almost got caught with his pants down there. He was going upfield. He was feeling comfortable playing up that high as well. And he almost got caught. It's a warning from X25 that you cannot play lightly to them here, as infield, 135 will keep this one away. Pigeon. They clear it back. Tide. Low boost again for 100X here as Little Step Boys keep the play moving. Pigeon, another keep out. Tide can't win the challenge, but Resonal there. Tide can't go for the play either. They're not winning the midfield right now. 125 really feels like the only way they can get a goal at this point would be from a fast break.
You can certainly see where this offensive pressure just continues to break down 135. Somehow, some way, this ball has still not found the way into the back half of a net, but this potential shot, Guz's got to take a 50. He can't find the consequence there. He tried to do the best he could, but could not find the target. It still remains out from either side of this net. A final minute and 30 seconds remain.
No goals in this game. You can tell these teams how much it means to them. The winners finals up ahead. As Pigeon will win the challenge, he'll go down the field, but bumped out. It's an easy block for Oaf, who hasn't had much to do on defense so far. Tide, flick to high. Bullseye to clear. Pigeon already up for this one. Resonal was expecting the touch to be his. He'll have to go anyways, as around the corner, Guz a bit awkward, but it is not a great touch in field. And Little Step Boys, while they manage their boost, will manage 135's offenses. This is Tide. That pinch will go the other side of the field. Bullseye, first to it. Can't get the second. Tied to clear. Resonal. Oh, he's not the touch he wanted. Everybody out of position right now, but 135 will quickly race back as it's Bullseye again. Little Step Boys gonna hold on to this offense for as long as they can, as long as they need, but they won't hold on to it forever. Time winding down right now, and coming in at the end of a match like this, what's gonna make the difference? Because at this point, it essentially could be golden goal territory. I really think the next goal is gonna be the one to win it. It really does come down to what wins this game. Is it going to be a solo effort for Xotic? Is it going to be a Little Step Boys finally breaking down that defense, maybe getting a couple more bumps and demos, stuff that they really haven't gone for in Game 3? Something's gotta break, something's gotta start, and something's gotta change the result of this game.
The question is it going to be done in regulation, or will it end up on Champions Field on overtime? It's overtime, baby! Countdown is live! Let's bring it home!
One goal! That will be all that this game relies on, and all that separates you from the lower brackets and the winners' finals. Bullseye. Stopped by Resinal. Xotic have been feeling the nerves all game. They've been playing on the back foot for just about as much time as well. Pigeon. Bullseye to challenge. Little Step Boy is the higher seed of the two, but clearly that doesn't make a difference with how these teams are playing tonight. Tied. Challenged by Bullseye. Little Step Boy still on offense. It's Bullseye. He's got midfield. Stopped right there. Oaf jumps through. 2 go for Xotic. Resinal the only one back, but he doesn't have the boost to go. He'll challenge anyways, and that's a huge pinch. Xotic are completely out of position, and if Resinal doesn't get that challenge, I can't bear to understand what the consequences could have been.
And you can definitely see, I don't want to necessarily say both these teams are panicking, but these double commits and after the boost starvation has set in, has absolutely just continued to riddle both of these teams. Game 3 here, you can definitely see, like I said again, the Champions Field nerves are still present. Does not matter what team you are, it will continue to persist. Pigeon will send it down to center. He's gonna have a shot. That's a perfect opportunity. Is that a double of his lifetime? It's not. He misses. Bullseye will send it back up to center. Follow from him. Bullseye to the side. Waller on down is a double chance, and Oath just barely misses. That could be consequential as Gug gets a 50 on backwards.
Xotic had no boost there as well. That needed to go on target. Little Step Boys had them dead to rights. But even then, it doesn't matter. The defense continues to stand as the Canadian wall keeps pushing further. Gah will block this one. Pigeon. Infield, it's tied, it's Pigeon trying to turn this one around. It's now low boost for Little Step Boys as Guh using everything he can to pinch this one away. Tied. Replenish boost here, it's on targets, but Guh will get there in time, taking off the ball. As Resinal will challenge, Pigeon with space. Pigeon's got Tied to follow, but he'll go himself to commit. The Little Step Boys will see this ball to the other side of the field, and at least for now, we'll keep this one going. Over 2 minutes of extra time so far, and still no closer to deciding who will be in the top 3.
Defensive prowess from both these teams continues to persist. We are now almost at a quarter of a way, almost halfway of a full regulation game. Here's still in this game number 3, folks. This is only a best of 3 that's turned into seemingly a best of 7, it feels like. And Oath sends it up, takes it 50, doesn't have much boost, leaves it for a double commit. A little bit of a miscommunication, but Bullseye gets it. Oath is in trouble. He does send it back to the center, though. Followed from him, 50 in the air. Pigeon has a perfect opportunity to set up his teammates. Flip reset, but Guh will deny it. Tied, take it down to 50. Left side here, Bullseye up top. Gets beat. This could be a problem if Oath doesn't get that touch. He just barely. That is the most awkward touch I think I've seen, but it does somehow work out. Pigeon, flip reset, gets it up there. Another shot for him. Bullseye and Guh both commit, send it back into Pigeon's hands, though. Outside, right to the right side, tied with a perfect shot opportunity. He's got to float on down. Oath is going to have to commit. He does get that save again. The defensive prowess of this team is unmatched as things continue to skyrocket. Guh to the center, follow from him, not quite. And it still remains, and somehow 3 minutes and 20 seconds, this game has still not ended.
Some clutch plays from Oaf. That's another one there as he'll save that one out of his nets. Xotic are now getting the chances. They've got the offense they've been looking for. After so many minutes of being on their own half, they're more than relieved to be the ones that dictate the pace, but clearly they are realizing the exact same thing that Little Step Boys have. You're gonna have to commit to even find chances. Nonetheless, plays that maybe can win you this game. Guh. Pigeon. Oaf. Bullseye, who was a bit out of position there, was a little too high up for that pass. It won't connect, but we've seen the Little Step Boys go for those infield passes before, and to very strong success, as here's a play, it's tied! And it is 100x35 who will be in the winners finals!
Both pro teams have entered the competition, and both have been eliminated. 4 minutes and 1 second. The grand overtime. 135 takes it with style.
What a showing for this team. What a battle. To say the very least, they really did need to work as hard as they could for that one, because they were up against it here. But 135, all the defense they had as well. Look at how many saves this team had as well. Actually, they only had 7. They actually had less than those Step Boys. But they had so much pressure against them here. It really felt like they were playing all-time defense. What a big victory for them. That is a major victory for 135. They're in the winners finals. But for little Step Boys, their run's not over. They've got the lower bracket. And if they're playing like they are in this matchup, I have a very sneaking suspicion we might see them in the losers finals later tonight.
You know what? As I said it earlier, as I was hyping it up, I did not realize that the losers finals is still an option here. So we don't necessarily have both pro teams out just yet. Only one of them has been kicked off by KCG Chaos at the very bottom of the bracket, losers quarterfinal, excuse me. So we will have plenty of opportunities here. I am thinking, I'm personally just excited as we every game that we see now has just continued to ramp up the defensive masterclass, the rotational absolute downpour off offensive pressure. I don't know how to feel anymore. My emotions are in like a roller coaster after seeing all these games.
Yeah, it has been. It's been a real roller coaster of a night here. But 135 will get the job done, at least for here. They'll be playing up against S.O.S. in the winners finals. That is a best of 5 series, and that is what you'll be seeing up next. We're going to go to a break. We need it. These have been 2 very exhausting games, but don't worry, the action will be back in just a few minutes. S.O.S. 135, the winners finals.
Drifting to places I should leave, so close to the edge of something so perfect. We were too scared to take the leap. I'm missing the way we used to be. Let me go. Left me in this mess I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. We couldn't get any closer. Tried to forget all that we had. I'm rolling like water in the sea. The memories crashing into me. So close to the edge of something so worth it. You have the world right at your feet. It almost is all we'll ever be. We couldn't get any closer. Let me
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for waiting for us again for that quick little 5-minute break. Sporty, I need a bit of a recovery after absolutely just playing our hearts out in that roller coaster of a match. We are on to the winners final. Officially, this is going to be 135 esports versus S.O.S. You saw both these teams earlier. We streamed both of them. Both of them have absolutely earned their right to be here in this winners final. Sporty, I gotta ask you yet again, how are you feeling, my man?
Well, other than a little bit exhausted, those last two series were best of threes. That was a marathon of best of three matchups. But I mean, I'm exhausted, and yet I want to see these matches as quick as possible. So let's not waste any longer as well here. As you said it, SOS 135, the third seed and the first seed. SOS was a solid team as well. So again, I'm excited for that as well. I mean, it's what we've been seeing tonight. As oh no, seems like whoopsies.
No.
I think
looks like Jim in the back. We may have
one sec.
just
You know what? I have
difficulties.
They joined early. That's my fault. I'm gonna blame myself for that. I accidentally told them to join. So we'll quickly reset this game. That is my fault. Everybody can point and laugh at me.
Shame.
Yeah,
you know what? To be honest, I will say for folks watching, to be fair, that is actually, I do believe, one of our first, outside of me on the prediction for those in chat, that is technically our first technical difficulty. So we have plenty of time. We have plenty of fight. And speaking of plenty of fight, let's get to the Thunderdome here. These two teams are ready to kick it off.
Yeah, they definitely are here as 135 SOS. SOS, we saw them earlier. They've had a little bit of time to have a break. 135 are going straight into this match. I wonder if, 135 are tired at all or how they're feeling. It's been a long night for a lot of these teams. I mean, they've all started a couple hours ago. It's been a long evening. Fatigue is definitely going to start to become an issue for these sides as this series progresses. But for now, we'll have to see how these teams perform. 135, they've been so defensive tonight that against an SOS side that isn't nearly as pushy on offense, this actually might help them out a lot because 135 not nearly as aggressive as SOS not nearly as aggressive as those Step Boys was. That might actually help 135 get some of that room that they need.
100%. You could definitely tell from 135 when they played earlier. They absolutely, it was the most recent match, literally a roller coaster down to the wire. Almost essentially 4 games it felt like because we went 4 minutes and 1 second of OT. I mean, I have to say it. I have a feeling 135 has got the oven turned on, the gas has already been burning, and they're ready to cook up a 5-star meal here in this best of 5.
Yeah, but this is a best of 5, as you said. It is a longer match. These teams have more time to get used to each other. That's definitely going to be something to look out for as well. That this is a longer match, so these teams have more time to adapt to each other. No more do you have to worry about losing a game at all. You can drop a game and still be in a very, very good position. I'm sure that both these teams, knowing that, still want to take that first game, but obviously know that they have time to make those adaptations. And in a match, that's longer like this one, adaptations are going to be key to victory.
Especially, you can, with these high skill level teams, we've said it before, we'll say it again, it's the crackdown on these mistakes. You make one mistake in this high level of gameplay, and 90% of the time, it's going to be immediately capitalized on, and you are down a goal within a matter of seconds. I personally, that might just be the perfect mistake right there, as Tide sends it long. Speaking of, hopefully we'll see his 135 is back on the backline as they're getting boost starved and demo chased.
Yeah, the offense continues here as Tide will keep the ball. Trying to flick this one high. Does find the dunk as Life's going to keep things going. A lot more room for both these teams. You're going to see a lot more mechanical plays. We haven't seen a ton from these teams in terms of solo efforts, and that's, to be fair, with how little room you get at this level, it's very tough to do that kind of stuff, but these teams are giving each other a lot more space. You can tell there's that respect that these teams have for each other and what they can do. I expect that we're going to see a lot more solo efforts really lead in this series and really take control of who's going to win or not.
Absolutely. And I mean, like I said earlier, these teams know how to play the game. They have, twice as many hours as majority of the player base is set to have. Is that right there is a perfect example of playing the game much more than us. They had those comms perfect in hand. Drew sets it up to the pass, two of them, and Tide just absolutely backflipping. That is just mighty unfortunate, as S.O.S. does not seem to have that S.O.S. on hand. That flare has not been lit.
They keep the play moving here. S.O.S. on the first goal. But there's still a lot more to go, and I don't think 135 are too far behind this one, as Life will keep the challenge. Tide played up for Pigeon. Wins the challenge against Drew. Plexi off the sidewall. Resinal. There's in front. We'll go for the pass as it's Tide who's up in the air. Everybody jumps, but no one will get it. Tide's too good, and X35 will get their first of the series and tie the game.
And I think, Drew, that is the double commit of doom right there. You could definitely tell where Drew was seeing that Life was kind of stuck on that back wall there, and he read it early. He was like, okay, I gotta help my teammate, I gotta get an early read, but I think Tide was able to see that and read against their read, easily capitalizing and tying up this game. 1:35 minutes left to go. Is there a shot that may find itself on target? It does! Pigeon will take advantage, and 135 back in the lead again.
Yeah, he gets that dunk as well that makes the play happen. Life's not expecting Pigeon to be nearly as aggressive as he has been, but this is Pigeon we're talking about. This guy's all about aggression. And it's a 2-goal swing now. Later in the game 1, X35 have the lead, but it is a minor lead in a not much bigger series, and one that, if they really want to win this game, will need at least one more goal to really make themselves feel comfortable. Resinal, that's a great play in front. Drew will get the block as Tide was going for the play away. Life to Plexi. S.O.S. will send it downfield. Resinal's gonna have a tough time as well, as Drew will play to Life. Plexi will take the challenge. Life challenged by Tide, and S.O.S. right now just waiting for the play, waiting for the one-on-one. This could be it, as everybody's going for the bump and nobody connects. Nobody's back home. Tide to Pigeon towards the goal. Saved by Drew, who will get there in time. X35 missed their opportunity, and S.O.S. stay in this one.
That right there, that save, if I am that player as a lowly C3, I am clutching my pearls like I am Bruce Wayne's mother. Like, it is just, I am like, ooh, I may have somehow got that save. But my word, this just back and forth. It's not a ping pong match. It's a tug of war for a reason. These two players are tugging this rope back and forth, defense, offense, does not matter, and it's still under 35 as capitalized still. Hopefully S.O.S. can come back.
Well, if they're going to come back, they've got to do it now. Time running out here as maybe one last chance for them in regulation. Drew has Life, will send a prayer up, but Resinal will shut it down and shut this game down. X35 off to the great start.
100x35 continuing the hot streak. It looks like they're putting the ingredients together from the previous meal and continuing the streak. We've gone from the appetizer to seemingly the main course as this team continues to strive forward.
Yeah, you definitely talk about it here. This really feels like the main course of the evening. So often the team that wins this match wins the entire thing, and well, I'm not here to say that this is going to guarantee who will win it, considering how good these teams are. It'll be anything but guaranteed, but this is a huge start for X35. They needed this game, they needed this win, they needed this beginning. Now they can build on it, and again, if things go well, they can win this series. I mean, there's a huge advantage. That final match is a best of 5 with a game advantage. In that match, you only need to win twice, and for any team here, that is a major advantage, and what will be the biggest match of the evening.
Absolutely, and you can definitely tell, as we've established earlier, Sporty has said it, I've said it before multiple times, that this is a game of momentum. Every game, even if you have a bad game, you could easily turn it around and get a game win. As we've seen it, literally with 100x35, they turned it around in the final game of Game 3 there versus their match. So there is plenty of opportunity for these teams to continue to strive forward. And especially considering that this is a best of 5, as we mentioned before, you still have a life in hand and have plenty of chances to make it through.
Well, that's the benefit here. Everybody's in uppers, but only one team can get to that grand finals from this matchup. It really feels like there's so many teams that deserve that win in this tournament, but we can only have one that will go through the upper bracket, as 135 are one step closer to making it that far. But I mean, we know how good S.O.S is, and if last game was as close as it was, if S.O.S just are able to get off to maybe a better start, maybe get their mechanics flowing, maybe are able to find a few more connections on offense, I mean, we're going to have a great series on our hand. As if the series hasn't already been predicted to be great, we're going to have an even better series on our hand if S.O.S are able to keep up and attack back.
Yeah, absolutely. And these teams continue this pressure, and looking like S.O.S is trying to get that game win, and they're going to start it off fresh. That's a life bang. He's stealing the life out of his opponents and taking it back into the net. Well done from Life.
Some may call it the air dribble cringe, but what I call it is a successful play and a high IQ choice from Life on the 1v1. So often you see players go for it because it's so tough to defend when it's executed to perfection. And Life, I mean, everybody knows how good this guy is at 1v1s. That's a play that he will complete every single time. That is so tough to stop because he's done it so many times in 1v1, so many times in 3v3, so many times in any of the game modes he likes to play in. S.O.S right now have a goal courtesy of Life, but they're not done there. Drew, the flick off the post. Plexi couldn't shoot, and Life will keep it away as 135 chasing this one down. They've got a strong defense, but they're already a goal down, and Drew will not let them get away. A second for S.O.S, and Drew really had to find quite the angle there because it looked like every option was covered, and yet he still found one.
And even so, to add to that, Pigeon got a touch on the ball, and yet still, because of that power, that precision that came out of Drew in the follow-up of aggression there, S.O.S continues to build that offensive pressure. And as we said earlier, that momentum has swung in favor, and S.O.S is up by 2 with 3 minutes and 30 to go.
Well, they're looking for a third, and they're gonna get one too! Life with another 2 for 2 this game, and S.O.S, we were asking what they were going to do to respond. This has been more than a response. This has been an absolute smothering of what 135 have done so well tonight. That defense for 135, their pride and glory in their last series of Pride and Glory in Game 1, has not been able to perform in Game 2. S.O.S have found new life, as now they make it 4-0. 90 seconds into this game, S.O.S have turned things around, and 135 have been absolutely demolished so far.
That is just so tragic. 2 back-to-back goals in a matter of seconds. It's just absolutely tragic. But if you are S.O.S, you are feeling great, considering the first game it was so close, so just ripping and tearing. And now you've almost spun the game entirely on its head, continuing to throw 135 off of their feet, pulling the rug out from under them. The question remains is, can they hold it? Because there is still 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in this game number 2.
Yeah, and, you know, for S.O.S, I think I need to make it known. You know, S.O.S, they've always struggled in that first game, it feels like. At least tonight, they've lost the first game in both their series, and have been able to quite quickly rebound from that one. I gotta say it, I think it's a mom buff. Because if you don't know, Life's mom's in the chat right now. And any team that has a mother that's watching their child play Rocket League, whatever it is, they have a buff. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just a mom buff, as I said. So we'll see how the mother love continues here as S.O.S. continue to play well. And Life, considering how he's played, has had an excellent game so far. 2 goals so far. S.O.S. living high off of bad game 1, but considering how they've been playing tonight, it feels like that game 1 was only a formality. It was only there for them to learn some intel on their opponents and now attack.
Almost feels like, and I hate to downplay 135's achievements, but it almost feels like with S.O.S. playing the way they are, it feels like the first game they, like you said earlier, they get that intel. They're under the submarine, under the water, getting that spice, but as soon as I talk about it, they get scored on. But nonetheless, it definitely feels like still the momentum is in their favor. They grab that intel, they steal it from the other side of the playing field, and use it to their advantage to get the series wins.
You know, the caster buff, that's not a thing anymore, and it has never been a thing, so I guess it continues to not be a thing here tonight, as there's a reason why it's always the curse and never the advantage, as Plexi will keep things going. Drew, challenged by Pigeon, and X35 will play up the back wall as Life will keep things, and that's an amazing touch from Life. That is an incredible follow-up play. So often you see players challenge there, because usually that first touch is quite far and away from the net, but the ability to keep that control is why S.O.S. are now on offense, and why Life, he's been having an incredible game so far. He's just made so many perfect touches when he's called into action.
100%. And you can see that him and Plexi
Oh,
are just like PB&J. Plexi will take it, no problem. Up by 4 at S.O.S. continuing to dominate. As I was saying earlier, you can tell the synchronicity between these three are there. As you can see, Life and Plexi continuing that duo like peanut butter and jelly, sticking together, absolutely getting back-to-back goals. No problem from them. S.O.S. continues the stretch.
S.O.S. up by 4. You really feel like this game has already essentially over 125 half-time, but they have just not found successes. Oh, that's not going to make things any better. 2 players running into each other there, as S.O.S. will not get offense from of it, but very nearly could have been another chance, as Plexi, the only one there to defend. This one's going in front of the net, but Life will be there to collect. S.O.S. cleared away as Plexi is taking his sweet time in the back corner for that boost. It is still not spawning. Now it will, as here goes Tide. Flip reset. Stopped by Life. S.O.S. will keep the play going, but inside the final minute, they're doing a great job at keeping possession. They have not let up that pressure at all. So often we see teams with this kind of a lead this late start to relax a little bit, start to play defensively. S.O.S. have not changed. They're keeping possession, they're keeping control, and until the very final seconds, they know what 135 can do. This team can score, this team can come back. They're doing everything they can to keep possession, to keep control, and tie this series up and make it a best of 3.
Absolutely, and you can just tell, and even with that goal being said, it's still a 3-goal lead here for S.O.S, which, I mean, sure, yes, 3 goals on lead on paper might not seem like much, but in the grand scheme of things, it will continue to swing the momentum in their favor and get them a game win for them. And I also have to point out, it almost feels like these players, especially S.O.S right now, are moving like they're in free play. They're challenging this ball out of the left field, right side, doesn't matter. You can have the ball up at the ceiling and somebody's already pre-reading it as a double commit pre-read. Speaking of the devil, comes right through, Life sends it back, and that's going to be an easy pickup goal. Plexi will continue his stretch, absolutely marking his 3rd for this game number 2.
Well, that's a big ending for a big game for S.O.S. We'll continue to see how things progress here as that lower finals, that losers finals, which will be up next on this stream. Boy, that's going to be a tough match. It's a best of 3. For all of you wondering, whoever loses this got to play in that. And considering all the really good teams, like little step boys who are playing in that lower bracket, I really do not want to be in that lower bracket of either of these sides. You want to get that win, and S.O.S getting at least their first win of the series here. It's a tied series now, Xotic. And with the way these teams are playing, it really is anyone's game. But S.O.S have proven before, they can drop that first game, rebound immediately, and act as if nothing happened.
Absolutely, and you can definitely just tell that these teams are here to win. It does not matter if they go down a game. It does not matter if they go down 2 games. They come back with fortune and style. That's what S.O.S has done here with a 4-goal lead. You especially can see it in the stats. Life and Plexi absolutely showing their true colors with those RLCS tags. They have played and gone through the ringer. they're going to continue to fight, and they still have to get a couple more here, and they move on to the grand final.
Yeah, there's still a lot more time to go, and hey, with how tonight's been going, we can't say Game 5's out of the question here, with how these teams are playing and how these matches have gone, but SOS have proven before that after a win, after a losing in Game 1, this team has the ability to somehow adapt, perfectly mold themselves to whoever they're playing against. We saw it there in Game 2 to 100x35. Now in Game 3, with the way that 100x35 has been playing, they've been mostly defensive. If that kind of defensive structure continues, this is not going to be an easy end of the night for them.
And on another note, as witnessing the lobby here, these players are bouncing in and out. I literally see playing musical chairs. They're bing, 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 bing. They're just continuously hitting their X button, changing team, and then leaving the lobby. I have to say that these players, even though they are competitive, they still have a little bit of spirit in them. They're actually playing. I'm sure they have smiles on their... We're kicking off into game number 3 for them.
Yeah, we definitely are here in a big game number 3 as well, considering what's at stake. This is, for all intents and purposes, match point for whoever can win this thing. SOS 100x35, but the way SOS have been playing, 100x35 have got to get some offense going. Last game, they had just about nothing upfield. They've got to get offense, they've got to get plays going, or else we might see a repeat of last game with the way this team has been playing, because they've been so aggressive. 100x35 need offense, and this could be their chance. What a save from Drew! No boost in the tank, and yet he went to the weight gym and put that ball out of play with just the body of his car, but it won't stay out for long. Resinol answers, and 100x35 have found the bottom left corner.
And I was going to say, even with that save being said, you can tell that 100x35 are still in this fight. They have absolutely taken around. Both players, after they've done with the ball, turn around immediately, waiting midfield, keeping that pressure close, so that way any form of a counterattack goes just immediately there. That's right there! That's another one! That's my Resinol taking it there! 417, and 100x35, it is their game, their momentum so far.
Yeah, Plexi missed the boost as well up that kickoff. That really did seal this team's fate. If he got that boost, I promised you, that doesn't go in. If the challenge doesn't end in a demo, that doesn't go in. There's so many things. It's called the Swiss cheese model. If any of you have heard of it, where little things, little changes can lead to big outcomes. And well, for 135, everything went right for them up to that play. The demo, the challenge, the way that the ball bounced off the sidewall, the missed boost from Plexi, everything went right for them, and they'll be benefited from it. 2-0 now, make it 3-0. Well, we saw S.O.S do this last game, 235. Clearly, 135 are more than happy to return the favor.
Teams like 100x35 are Michael Jordan in that documentary. They watch that, they're like, man, I see that loss, I took that personally. And they're actively taking it back. Here, this game number 3, as Resinol up with 2 goals and Pigeon himself with 1. SOS has plenty of time. They have 3 minutes and 45 seconds here. They have plenty of time to strike back, and that's an opportunity that if they get double, he can, and he misses, unfortunately. Follow up there for Tide. Is he getting another shot on?
Up in front of the net, down for Plexi, Tide. They'll keep it away as SOS pinched it back. Plexi, cleared out. Drew, off the back wall. Resinol will keep it away here as it's Plexi. Still Plexi, it's a bouncing ball, but SOS just playing patiently here, waiting for their chance. Maybe Drew can get one, but unable to get the second touch. And SOS, oh, they should have had that touch. This one's gone all the way back. Life's got to clear it out, but he won't get very far. Here goes Pigeon. Will be for Tide. And for a 4th in a row, 100x35. This is now 6 goals unanswered through this game and the last. SOS look completely out of their element.
You can certainly tell that they have just been thrown off. Their shoes have been stripped off. They've been absolutely just kept on their side. Does not matter whatever seemingly pressure they put in. They continue to get clobbered and absolutely stomped to the ground. Hopefully they have time. They do have time. As I said it again, they have time. They just need to find that Resolute, but that's not going to be happening. It almost went in again. That pressure still remains in his orange half as 135 pops it up. Tide follows it in. Drew gets another save, but it doesn't matter anyways. Pigeon will extend that lead and almost seemingly put the dagger in. And they are calling forfeit on it. 5-0 with 2 minutes and 42 seconds. SOS has officially called for forfeit. I'll have to see if we can go forward with that. I'm not quite sure.
Well, whatever it is, the outcome's going to be for X35. This has been dominant as well. What a showing so far. I know. I'm getting an admin right now. We'll see if we do allow forfeits or not. I know there are certain places where they allow it. Let me make sure I can get an answer for all of you.
And while he's doing that, we'll continue to just, well, we're still here. We're still casting. They are just kind of seemingly goofing off as there's a couple players that are just AFK. We are kind of stalling for time, and there comes the pause officially from Sporty, my man himself. My great caster that has spectated with me this entire way through. I think we have finally gotten that approval, and we are going to be moving on to game number 4, ladies and gentlemen, 135, officially on match point.
Well, that's a big win. 5-0 here. They're calling it early as well. That's a major early call. So, and you can't even blame SOS. That game got away from them, and then some. It was ugly by the end of it. They just could not get their wheels going. They were stuck in the mud, and now, 100x35, they've got a major opportunity now, Xotic. Win and go to the grand finals with that advantage. Lose, and they still have a major advantage. They're going to game 5, and they can win there instead.
100%. And you could definitely tell 135. We said it before, it felt like free play for SOS in game 2. It felt like free play for 135 in game number 3. They just, every time that an offensive chance happened for SOS, they were immediately shot down from the ground and turned back into a goal. It was pressure on pressure on pressure that continued to stack, almost like the 100 times 35 pressure syndrome that just continued to wreak SOS down to its core.
Well, we'll see about how they can move. We've seen SOS adapt before. You can never count this team out clearly with the way that they've been playing tonight and the way that they adapt to anyone they compete against. So in game number 4, we've said it before, it feels like this series is heading towards game 5, and, well, for SOS, if they can adapt again to what X35 have brought, game 5 it is, but X35 have the opportunity to go to the grand finals. This is their first of 2 chances, if needed this series, to guarantee their spot, not only in the top 2, but with a huge advantage in that top 2 as well.
And we said it before, we have mentioned it with a couple other series that they didn't necessarily forfeit, but they were on almost seemingly on the verge of forfeit. And never mind. That was the point I was gonna make is you could be 5 down in game number 3, but sometimes you just gotta collect your losses and get up an early pickup goal like Drew right here. I think the spark of life is still present here for SOS. I can sense that fight in them. Hopefully, just maybe, they can spin this on their heads and bring it to game 5.
Mentality-wise, that's something that a lot of these players are very good at. These players know what it is to take losses and to still keep playing as a fake from Drew. Oh my! 2 goals. SOS. Mayday. Watch out, Pigeon. Drew has got you on strings.
A beautiful flip reset fake. He touches the ball with his wheels, almost seemingly where you're going to expect he would have banged that normally if he was a lower level player. But no, he's got the 2000 IQ, and he immediately took that fake to his advantage. Set it up there. His life will bring it to center. Set it up down, and Drew, oh my lord, that is a nasty pre-jump. He managed to get it there for it. Life and Plexi both, again, sticking to be that consistent duo. They did try to get a connection, but nothing worked out. Shot comes through. Plexi again with the save. Life pops it up. He's on a different Fennec decal, it seems. He's got the copium there. That's a pretty easy shot for Drew to steal it from his teammate, making sure. Maybe security, maybe stealing, who knows? I mean, I'm certainly the nervous type of player when I'm here that I'm going to secure that goal in any way, shape, or form. Actually, now that you mention it, I think that might have been off, but well done to SOS. They've turned on this game on its heads, and still plenty of time here for 135 to get their response in.
Life. That one kept away. Drew will kick this one in the air, but it is room for X35 to get their first of the game. They've been shut down and shut out so far, but it's Resinal. Life clears it out. Drew, who's already got the hat trick. He's looking for number 4, but bumped out the way. Plexi nearly snuck one by Pigeon. Here goes Life. Gets by 1. Life still can't beat Pigeon as the bounce will be for Resinal. Plexi can't win the challenge. It's Drew. Up for Plexi. SOS for Drew. Off the bar. Resinal beat by Life, but the shot not on. SOS still staying on that net, challenging the final third of the field. But they won't get that one away. They won't find another. They won't find that 4-goal lead. X35, so long as they can get this one away, maybe they give themselves still a chance with 3 minutes to go. We've seen crazier things happen tonight. We've seen upsets. We've seen oddities. Nothing like a 3-goal comeback, but I mean, you can't say that it's impossible. 135 have proven so far tonight they can come back from down. And in a match like this against S.O.S, if they can get just something to go fight for themselves, that might be, as you said, the spark that they need. Resinol, what a strike! Oh, that's perfect!
That isn't the Resinol bangers that we know from game number 3. I don't know what is. That, my friends, even though it was a 23-mile-per-hour shot, that was the most nasty angle for a bang straight into for their potential life comeback. We'll have to see if S.O.S can retain their 2-goal lead now that was previously 3.
Oh, well, it won't be easy.
Pigeon! Right as I said something, too. I don't mean to cut you off, but I seem to have spoke the caster's curse into existence. I said that they need to defend it for 2 minutes, and Pigeon took that personally. He got his flip reset fake, and it's now his turn officially. 1 goal remains. Does this tie-up occur, or will S.O.S bring it to game number 5?
1 goal to separate these teams. All of a sudden, it's gotten very, very intense, but what a play! Plexi's gonna score, but that's the easy part. The tough part is what Drew is doing. Give it out of here, Tide. Oh, wait, there's another defender? Let me just give it to Resinol, too. And now it's a 2-goal lead again.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you can't beat him, delete him off the field. S.O.S is continuing to stride down the field in wide walking motion.
Pigeon. Oh, he's got that redirect, too. Drew can't read it. It's Life will. X35 have not given up hope. If they can get 2 goals that quickly, they can get 2 more. Life to save. Tide to go for it, but it's a play right to Drew. He won't win the challenge either. Drew has done a good job at pulling players in, and now he looks for the pass as Life will take over. Off the sidewall. Still moving. Tide will win the challenge and will leave things for Resinol. Challenging in, Drew jumping, but he won't get the ball. Life and Plexi both up. None of them read this. Resinol missed. Pigeon under the bar. On an X35, give themselves another chance.
And I have to say, that is just a mighty unfortunate miss. I think might have been a little bit of panic coming out of Plexi, because he jumped early with half a tank of boost. And then you watch because Life grabbed that corner. He was waiting on the wall patiently, but I think he saw some version of a timeline where they were going to get an early pickoff goal off of Life. Panic set Life in the background, and that just caused things to hurry. But he's got a double chance for him. He made it up immediately, setting his lead back to 2.
That's about as easy as they come for Life. It's an open net and an easy double tap, but the play off the kickoff, it was just pandemonium for 100x35. They could not get out. In fact, they even ran into each other trying to go for that ball. That's what left the play so easy for Plexi and S.O.S, staying away from 100x35. Every time you see 100x score, S.O.S are not too far behind, and with the lead as well, S.O.S now just need to make sure that defense can hold things down for a little bit longer, and we will have Champions Field again off the bar and out. That could have been 6-3. Drew bumped Pigeon to clear it away. 100x35 maybe give themselves a chance as this one's gonna be cleared out. Plexi's still on it. Flicked ahead for Drew. Back wall, no second touch. And S.O.S are gonna go all the way back. Even more time ticking off the clock.
I have to say this as this potential goal. Okay, no, they got the defense. So I will say this, as much as we were talking about the duo that is Plexi and Life together, sticking like PP&J, give flowers to Drew. This man collectively has been absolutely spinning the game on his head. He's been the enforcer. He's been that first man. He's set up these plays and passion remarks here for this team to continue its dominance as the final 30 seconds remain. Tide will stretch it off the center. Drew on down. Pigeon to the side as he has a potential comeback there, but Life will have him retreat. Life set it up there. He does get beat by Resinol, but I think Drew knows that. That's why he jumped early. He got a missed touch there. That could be a problem. Plexi got the save right there. A shot comes through. It's still denied by Plexi yet again. Final 10 seconds remain. Life off the ceiling. He has that save. No problem. Down to the right side. Plexi taking it with them right there. Follow-up shot for them. It goes off. It goes wide. It still remains for the lead for S.O.S to continue, and it does. Well done, S.O.S. You brought yourself to Champions Field.
Yeah, these teams really do love the dramatics, and so do we. Game 5, Champions Field once again. And if we thought that last series was those last 2 matches were excitement here, Xotic, well, what about a spot in the grand finals awaiting the winner of this one. And boy, they're going to have to work for it as well, because that has been quite the showing so far, but we'll have to wait and see what happens next, because, I mean, the way these teams are playing it is anyone's game to win, and if it stays close, as I expect it will, it's really going to come down likely to just one goal, one play.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is the key playmaker between these two teams. You have between losing and winning this series, and it's so close. It's almost back and forth, back and forth. But we've said this before, we said it again. It's a best of 5. You don't have infinite amount of time. You don't have infinite amount of chance. This is the showdown. This is your final chance. One shot, one team is making their way to the grand final, and who will be there? We'll just have to find out, it seems.
5 minutes on the clock, and the teams enter for one last dance in the winners finals. S.O.S. 100x35. It's anyone's game to win, and it's Champions Field we go. One team will see themselves in the grand finals. The other will go to lowers to play against the Little Step Boys. We saw them lose earlier in the upper semifinals. Clearly, the Little Step Boys want their revenge, and with the lower finals being a best of 3, the pressure is on to perform, to not force yourself to play in lowers, because everybody knows lower is such a tough place to handle with such a short match as well. You want that advantage in the grand finals. You want every reason to be there. S.O.S. 135 both deserve it, but only one team will be happy with the results.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, these players, 135, seemingly getting this pressure here. It's all about the fight. You are using every part of your car, wheels down to your boost, down to your fenders, doesn't matter. One team has that spot. And it just seems like this fight and this continues to stretch here for these both teams, because not a shot has come through. We only have one full minute that has been played.
Considering the last couple of games, we saw goals immediately as well. This is a very real change of pace. The pressure and the lights of Champions Field are back again, and these teams, they know what it means. They know it is now or never, as Pigeon goes just high. Life will keep that one out. A first major save as S.O.S. now go down the other way. Life in front, double commit kept out as well. Plexi off the corner, still in front, but it's Resinal as well. Drew missed the boost, it's room for an X35, but Life clears it out. Resinal, sidewall, back wall, double tap again. Drew will go, midfield pass, kept away as Resinal jumps ahead. Resinal again, outplays the defense. It's all Resinal, and it's all 100x.
100x, even though they went down, both game 1 and game number 4 have kept their composure. Champions' nerves be absolutely tossed out the window. They're officially up by 1, and a double demo is absolutely nasty. Life will send it to the right, pass up there, a double commit again, and somehow these double commits for 100x continue to somehow manage to work out for him. A follow-up there comes through. Life to the center, down for Plexi. Plexi takes a shot, a double commit again, and a save comes out. Life to the side, Drew on down. Life again, trying to make something happen. These shots continue to rain through, and 100x continues to take advantage here in this orange half.
2 minutes gone now, 3 minutes to go. S.O.S. battling that deficit as 135 hold their lead precariously. There might be a triple commit as well, but Life's already back at S.O.S. with those quick recoveries. Will dribble it away. Tied. Doesn't let him get very far. Double commit. Pinched down the field. No one's going to read this one, and it might be a play in front. Drew hits it wide, but it does force the defense out. S.O.S. still those double commits, hurting them at crucial times, but they will stay in the play, but not for long. This one cleared away. Straight back to Plexi. Nobody back here. Plexi with room. Double tap. Plexi. Oh, he hit it high. Here goes Drew. Save. Resinal clambers to safety. And 100x35. The defense holds on by just a thread. Another shot. Another save. Life going now. The offense continues. Infield pass. That one kept out. Pinch off the back wall. It is doubled in. 135. Want it gone. They want it away. All that danger finally is relieved. Multiple chances for S.O.S. and you felt like they should have got the goal there. But that 135 defense, they don't know how to not make a save.
it just seems like they continue to pour down the rain that is their offensive pressure. They get the ball and they immediately take advantage. They've been pouncing on it like cats, it seems, with their claws sharp and primed for attack. As Plexi will send a shot. Residal up top for him, takes it from the ceiling, takes it for the double of his lifetime, pass out the Tide, and Drew again with the MVP save. Plexi with not much boost, takes it from him, followed from him, shot comes through, as that's a double commit, and somehow Tide manages to find the save. A final minute and 5 seconds string on through, Pigeon to the back wall, Plexi waiting in patience. Pigeon gets demoed and Residal gets another shot for Tide. Tide, his shot saved out. Final minute remains. Does S.O.S have the comeback, or is this it for them in their tournament lives?
Well, their lives aren't done yet. It's the winners' finals, but it really does feel like they're playing for it. In failed, save away, follow up, not in time. Plexi's not gonna go for it. He didn't have the boost. And S.O.S have to restart all the way from their back half of the field. Plexi from the back wall. Drew off the midfield. Life keeps this one airborne as he'll jump into the play. Plexi. 1 minute, as you said, now 30 seconds left. This time is melting off the clock as Pigeon will win it. Life just forcing out the offense. Drew and S.O.S forcing 110%, and it may still not be enough. Life to Drew. Infield, Tide, stopped by Plexi. Life's in the air, he won't have a boot touch on this, and will end it. 100x35 are off to the grand finals, and for Life and company of S.O.S, their tournament is now at risk.
Well done out of 135. GG's to everybody who continued to play this winner's final. We are still not done yet, folks. We have plenty of Rocket League action that we are still delivering to your doorstep. Same day, Amazon Prime Day delivery. We're ready to keep it going here soon, but Sporty, I don't know if you have anything else to add.
All I'm going to add is as well, before we go into those lower finals to the losers bracket, it is going to be Little Step Boys, who will be playing against, at this point now, an S.O.S side that has definitely had it close. It's going to be another insanity of a matchup here, but before we go that, of course, got to give a few brief shoutouts to our sponsors tonight in this tournament as well, to S.O.S Path, who we've been mentioning tonight as well, to our good friends at Serenix Esports, and to the Top Prospect Elite Series, who are hosting an amazing league of great matchups as well. But 135 are through the upper side of the bracket. They'll get to wait a little bit here, a little bit of a break for them as well, but on the other side, as you said, Little Step Boys taking on an S.O.S side that has proven so far just how tough they can be. That is an insane matchup, and one that I think we wholeheartedly deserve. But of course, before we do this, we're going to have to go to a break. We'll get things sorted out when we come back. The lower finals, the top 3 already guaranteed, and the winner of this will take on 135 in the grand finals. We'll see you guys then.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for having your absolute patience during that short break for us here. This is still our tournament almost done here, folks. Just a little bit home stretch. We're taking it down to the lower side of the bracket now. We're heading down to the losers final, where the S.O.S. where you just previously watched is going to be taking on Little Step Boys. They have fought through the bracket, and as we see it, well, they're also immediately already loaded up in the lobby as we're currently announcing it right now. So, 40, I asked the question, I'll ask it right till the end.
Yep.
How are you? What's your thoughts going into the match?
I'm feeling great as well here, and S.O.S, the number one seed Little Step Boys, a high seed of their own. It's ironic that the number one and number two seeds are playing in the lower finals, but that is where we are as well. So let's get this thing started. These players have already said that they're antsy to get things started, so I don't want to hold them back in any way, shape, or form. This is the lower finals of our Better Together tournament as well. This is a best of three, so the matches actually have gotten shorter now into the lower bracket. That means these teams will have a lot to prove going through this bracket, as this is going to be a big matchup for all of them, and a big performance that they all need in this best of three losers finals.
And already setting us off early that these teams, I could definitely tell they're hot and ready. You know, S.O.S, even though they did have an unfortunate loss, it was right down to the wire, still have that plenty of life left into him. Speaking of, you know, one of the players absolutely continuing his streak, it seems. Now, mind you that these players earlier, this is Bullseye, Guh, and Oath. These are pro players. They do have that aggression. Bullseye will take it at strike first early here for Little Step Boys. Not even a full minute into this game number 1.
Yeah, it's so tough for the team from that upper finals to really get off to a strong start, and you can tell S.O.S., at least at the start of this game, look a bit hurt right now. And I mean, when you lose in Game 5 in the winners' finals, that definitely will do it for you. So a lot of teams, it's very tough to recover after having an immediate loss in the upper finals and having to play immediately another match in lowers against a very solid Lil Step Boys team. S.O.S. have a lot of work ahead of them here, and I think for the first time tonight, you can really tell they do not look confident in themselves, and that's a real strong first year for this team. They usually are so confident, so aggressive early on, and while they have had their struggles, even in their first games, they've always looked like a comfortable, confident team. You can tell here, they look a little less comfortable, a little less confident. We'll just have to see how they play, and see how they are able to work around what has been their first loss of the evening.
Absolutely, and I mean, like I said, these teams are resilient. Even though, yes, they are in this losers final, they have fought their way here and are just one step closer to making it towards that grand final and getting themselves a total of this $500 that we put together with our beautiful sponsors here. We'll absolutely have to see who continues as I'm currently speaking, these demos continue to just rain through as well.
Yeah, so many demos. We've seen a lot of them so far tonight. There's been so much in terms of the aggression, the bumps, the plays as well. These teams have a lot to perform on as Lil Step Boys have that first goal. Now they'll have some offense as Ga just fires one down, maybe trying to catch Plexi. A little bit out of position, but clearly Plexi will not make it that easy. And S.O.S, although they, again, are not playing at the speed that they had before, well, they're not going to look like they're playing at that speed either. Ga's already taken another, was a long shot from his own side of the field. Goes in, and S.O.S feels like they're half asleep right now. They need to pick up the pace. They need to wake up. There's still a tournament to play.
Their lives are still in their hands. This is a best of 3. Now, granted, it's not a best of 5 like their last match, but you can definitely tell, like I said, this game is a momentum swing. If your mental is chalked, you're not gonna win. It will go out the window, and your tournament lives will be deleted. We'll have to see as Oath will set it up to Ga, and Ga will continue the rain and the downpour. Little Step Boys almost seemingly growing up to men.
Well, with the way that they've been playing, they've definitely had to take quite a mature response to playing in that lower bracket. They lost in the upper semifinals to 100x35. They've had to play in lower since then, but being one of the high seed teams in this tournament, that can be very sobering. Having to play in the lower bracket earlier than you were expecting, but they've played their wins, they played the way they needed to, and now in the losers finals, they want that chance at redemption against the team that sent them to lowers. They want that spot in the grand finals, and if they continue to play the way that they're playing, they will win this game. They'll be only one step away from getting that opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell that the pace of play is different. Well, as soon as I start talking, Plexi wants to shut my mouth and tie it shut. As Life, beautiful pass for him, continuing the duo stretch, getting it above Bullseye's forehead, slotting it in, and making sure that they don't have a 3-0 goal sweep. They have finally contested, it seems.
No shutout tonight, at least not in game 1. Those Step Boys will be... I think they'll be content with that, but S.O.S will be very happy to not get shut out early. We've seen before what happens to this team when a couple goals go in against them early. They definitely don't want to let that happen, as Life will take the challenge. Bullseye to Oath. Plexi to clear. S.O.S just waiting for their opportunity as Drew will have a chance. Ga will be ready. Waiting is Life, as this one can be played midfield, but Oath will be there. Plexi will take the challenge. There's a demo in front, but nothing showing right now. Little Step Boys are doing a great job at taking these challenges and winning them too. S.O.S are finding it really difficult, like we saw from 135 before, to take the ball away from the Little Step Boys roster.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, especially if 100x35, they had their spot. They already had a hard enough time as it was against Little Step Boys. So now it's S.O.S's turn. Now, I do know not every team is made equal. Some are better than others, some are worse than others. In this instance, S.O.S has their chance to prove themselves and go back for round 2. Gotta win this game first. They gotta get their game wins, otherwise their tournament lives will be out the window.
Drew to clear. Oath to the sidewall. Second touch. This one cleared ahead by Guz. It will be Plexi challenged with Oath. Drew. S.O.S Off the ceiling, it's Drew, stabbed away by Guh. It's Bullseye with room. Oaf's up in support. Infield pass will connect. Oaf, 1, 2, Bullseye in the back of the net.
And I don't necessarily want to call that a clip, but oh my lord, Lord, I can't speak today. It is just out the window as we get closer to the grand final. Get a beautiful 50. Smack down from Pound Town, takes it back. And No Problem continues their lead by 3.
Little Step Boys have that lead. They have that roll, but oh, S.O.S. nearly had an answer for everything as here goes Drew. That one stopped as 2 go. Little Step Boys not worrying too much about those double commits just to keep that ball away. There's so little time left. All they gotta do is just stop S.O.S. a few more moments as Drew clear it away. Little Step Boys will hold on to this one. Just a Hail Mary up the field, but S.O.S. will not have their prayers answered as Oaf bumped out. Plexi, back wall, Oaf, oh, he doesn't read this one! That's going to roll in, and S.O.S. It may be slim, but there is still a chance for them here.
You gotta take it. S.O.S. is probably gonna light up that flare and rub the genie's lamp. I've said this before, give Drew his flowers, because if he continues to be that aggressor, be that first man, he can let the duo of Plexi and Life stretch their arms forward and get easy goals. But if Drew isn't playing and all three of them don't have that synchronicity together, they're going to lose this game like this. Now, I will also say as well, every single first game, or except for a couple here, I think there's like 1 or 2, the S.O.S. has played, they have lost. Not necessarily in a bad fashion, but like we said earlier, we pointed out with the earlier series against 100x35, it's almost like they're collecting that intel. They're on behind enemy lines, just waiting for their perfect chance to strike. And I have a feeling, and I'm going to knock on wood right now as we speak. Don't want to cast or curse them, but I can see them getting into the second game with a completely better mindset than they have.
Yeah, you definitely can't deny what this team has the capabilities for here. As 1 game already. 1 game away. It is now tournament elimination potential for S.O.S. If they cannot win from here on out, their run is over in the top 3, in the losers' finals. But we'll have to just wait and see about that. For now, Little Step Boys have given themselves the perfect chance for a rematch of the winners semifinals from earlier tonight in the grand finals. We'll just have to wait and see what happens, but we know S.O.S., as you said, they're a team that has had their issues at the start of the series, but in the later half of the series, they've been better and better. Now's their chance to prove that when their tournament is on the line, that still stays true.
Now, I did forget to mention, as I was kind of taking a step back, as Sporty was providing you guys more info and details for this team here, this is a best of 3. This is not a best of 5. So technically speaking, they're on match point, but Plexi's gotta shut my mouth, slam the door, and get an early lead. Not even 20 seconds into the match. What a banger! Top right bins.
That was off the bar too, and if that's not going off the crossbar, that's getting blocked as well. You said it, the pressure is on S.O.S. to perform. They've done so many times, but tonight of all nights, with the $500 tournament as well, they need their goals. That's a great play in front. Here goes Drew. Bullseye can't get to it, and in fact, he still can't get to it. Plexi trying to leave it for Life. Oaf, Life off the corner. Drew won't win the challenge, but it will be for Plexi. The bump in front. Oaf will be ready for it as S.O.S. Ooh, took a bit too much time. Little Step Boys pushed upfield. Life to clear. Oaf up to follow. Return to sender for Little Step Boys, but the touch goes nowhere as Drew, Life. 1 touch. Still 2 touches. We'll pinch this one back as it's Oaf on the ball. It's Life on the touch. On the shot. Bullseye to save. Lexi is up, but he's gone the wrong direction. Drew's got to march all the way back as this one for Life to save. Bullseye will find again. Little Step Boys gonna set up that infield pass with Oaf waiting midfield, but it won't come to fruition. Drew will clear. There's still a great chance, but that one sent on, and right now these shots just from too far away. Little Step Boys need to make that passing happen right now. What they're doing is they're taking shots from distance, and that's never going to succeed against an S.O.S. team that has proven tonight defense is something that they are strong at.
Especially, you could tell that their rotations are almost flawless for the time being for right now. You can especially see it because Drew managed to sideswipe all the way around, came back, and still get that save no problem. Their defense is immaculate, and they still have yet to be scored on in this game. 3 minutes followed down. That might just be another shot on, and unfortunately just gets saved out here. 100x35, their lives still in their hands, as Ga again will clear it out to the left side of the field. Hop up for Drew, down to the side, double of his lifetime, but just unfortunately not enough boost, not good enough angle. I would definitely would have broke the post had he hit it. I think there's definitely enough power on that. Life is stretching his arms out wide, trying to get a save. Does. Oath down under, shot through, and he does try to get a double touch, but just barely can't reach it. Oath again, down under, shot on target, and it's an own goal, and Oath will tie up the game!
Yeah, Oath almost had that first strike. I'm sure he was a little unhappy about that one, but S.O.S. all chased after him as well. Everybody moving to the corner. They thought the play was over, but Oath gave him a reason why to. You always want to stay in your net in those positions, always want to stay in your net, and have someone there on defense. Little step boys, after all they're asking, have found their goal, but now they need another. This game is not over, it's far from over, and these teams are battling for every single opportunity. Drew, Bullseye, will challenge. Oath is waiting, but it's life to pinch it away. Here goes, Gah! Smashed in! Little Step Boys are up by 1.
And I gotta say, give that man a raise. He absolutely slotted it like it was the shot of his lifetime. Well done out of Gah. 2 minutes and 16 seconds now remain. S.O.S, you gotta get on the counterattack.
Lexi will start first. Maybe first strike potential, as this one will be there as Oath can keep it away from the front post. He's found Gah again. He already has that last goal, but we'll see his first opportunity kept away as Bullseye clinging to the wall. It is actually towards the net. Plexi's got to get there. He won't get in time. Oath will push it in, and S.O.S, I don't know where they were going. Life left Plexi, and oh well, no wonder he got bumped. Little Step Boys using that aggression to good use, and now up by 2 with less than 2 minutes to go. Time is in their favor to win the series in a sweep.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could even tell off that play that Plexi was just in an awkward spot. He ended up getting turned around. It almost turned into an own goal, but he did, unfortunately, just could not get that save. But no problem for them, as S.O.S has plenty of time left on the clock. Down to the right side. Plexi getting bumped. Down to the side. Oath's going to follow up through. He does get a potential clear, but Drew has it, no problem. Drew, left side. Brilliant double skim there. Life off the corner. Another double touch out of him. And Plexi does take that 50. Goes into Gah's favor. The Gah's going to send it back mid. Life intercepts out of the mid there. Sending it to Drew perfectly. Dead center in his hands. Plexi to the side. Down to Drew. Drew unfortunately gets a 50 and he just can't get that touch. Gah again getting that down to Oath. Oath off to the side. Perfect shot opportunity. Gets above 1 but can't get it past. Actually he can! Oath with the absolute masterclass will seal the deal almost seemingly with 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go.
The bump as well, it has been the difference in this game. The Little Step Boys walking into dangerous territory, and they're making S.O.S work for it. And they'll get another 2. It's Oath off the kickoff. And does that do it as well? You said it might be over. It really feels like it's over. S.O.S with so little time to go. Is there even a chance for them to have an opportunity to go to the grand finals, to force Game 3, to force Champions Field? They keep playing, but you really feel like everything is falling away for them. Their tournament is reaching its near end. They've got to find a way to grab some light at the end of the tunnel.
I don't know if somebody managed to clip that, but somebody in chat give me that replay. That is the best 50 I think I've ever seen in my 1,200 hours of Rocket League gameplay. You just can't beat that. It's too powerful, and that's going to be another breakaway goal as Bullseye sends it 1 more almost to Brazil.
And S.O.S, no, it's over. It's all done. They leave. And Little Step Boys will win this one 6-1. S.O.S aren't even going to let the final bell happen, so this game is over. 6-1, 2-0 sweep. We won't see Champions Field, but the Little Step Boys will get their revenge, or get their rematch, in that grand finals against the 100x35.
That, my friends, is an absolute masterclass of offensive pressure. You just can't get any better than that. 6-1, an absolutely domination in game number 2. Unfortunately for SOS, that is the end. That is their tournament lives are complete. We wish you GG's and thank you guys for competing in this tournament. However, we're not done just yet, folks. We've got the grand finale, 100x35. Our take it on Little Step Bros. One final match, and we will have our winner here today.
Yeah, we absolutely will. We're gonna go to a break. When we come back, one more match to go. One more best of 5, 100x35. Little Step Boys, only one can win. Give us a few minutes, and we'll get it live to you.
Can't look you in the face. I don't wanna have to lie. I wanted this love to survive. Now when I look in your I feel paralyzed. Now I know it's over. I see you passing by, hand in hand, with your perfect light. My body, a ghost love, feels like someone cut out my tongue. I didn't know a heart could die this young. Oh, and now when I look in your eyes,
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time tonight. 82 teams entered, and now the final 2 remain. We are here. We have casted all of these games. It's been an absolutely emotional roller coaster, up and down. We are here. Little Step Boys are going to be taking on 100x35 tonight for the grand final and for the prize pool of $500. Sporty, my man, for the final time, how are you feeling?
Oh, we're feeling great. Now the question is, how's chat feeling here? Because it's been, as you said, a roller coaster of an evening, and it's a best of 5 to end it here. But, well, a little bit of a caveat here. 125, because they went through the upper bracket, do get a game advantage. They only need 2 games. They need to win 2 games here to win this tournament. We start in game 2, not in game 1. So, momentarily, we're actually going to be going into the lobby here to get that first goal. And it's going to be a amazing night here as well. So, again, we're going to get 135 to get the game advantage as well in this, because it's been an amazing night. It's been great action as well. But, again, we'll see how things go here. But I'm really looking forward to this one as well. So, again, we'll get how things go here. So, I'm looking forward to this.
We are just a moment, folks, getting this set up. We have to discuss it with these teams real quick. It is just a temporal pause, just a little bit. We are currently trying to get them set up to explain the game advantage, because a couple of the pros on the other side were very much unfamiliar with what the game advantage was there. So we are getting them informed, and we will absolutely get set up with game 2 here in just a moment.
Yeah, so we're gonna get that game goal in for 135. So they're gonna score here, and we'll get the game advantage. Or if Oof doesn't want that. Oof doesn't want them to get the game advantage. There we go.
He said, there it is.
Oof said, I don't want that game advantage. I don't like that game advantage. But yeah, we're just doing this so that they can get game 1. So this game's gonna end immediately. Next 35, we'll get the game advantage. That's all we're doing here for this one, and then we go right into game number 2. So that'll be it'll be a fun grand finals as well. So there we go, game advantage given to 135. They are now going to go into game number 2 with that extra advantage. And boy, for 135, what a night it has been for them. This team has got to go through the ringer of matches this evening, to say the very least. Xotic, they've had to go through an insane upper brackets of some really incredible teams. S.O.S, they had to play Gold Diggers earlier. They had to play SBC Starlet. Welcome to Jupiter, and before that, it was JG Gold Stars and then Sambo. So, 125 have had quite the night for themselves. Some very tough matchups. And going into game 2 of the grand finals, this is going to be so exciting for me, because they are only now 2 wins away from taking the tournament. I don't know, did we lose Xotic?
Oh,
I think
no, sorry, I'm too busy. Just
Xotic is too busy talking with the players that he's not focusing that we've got our grand finals to go to. Xotic, how could you, man? We got a grand finals to get to. Let's get excited.
I'm right here. I'm sorry. I'm with it. I'm back. I'm ready to go. We are hyped. We are live still. We're ready to rock and roll. That's my bad. I will apologize, frankly.
Xotic's over here and he's not even paying attention. We've got a grand finals to go to. Let's get these players in. Let's get this match underway. 2 teams, 1 championship. The grand finals of the Better Together tournament. Brought to you by our friends at S.O.S Path, Serenix Esports, and the Top Prospect Elite Series. 100x35 have the game advantage. Only 2 wins away from taking the tournament. Little Step Boys on your side, looking to make the impossible happen. Looking to make the revenge stories in the grand finals. This is it. 1 more series, winner take all.
Absolutely, and I'm back officially, so we can say we're focused up officially. We're locked in, ready to absolutely bring it home. Now, as for folks that we have explained, the game advantage is 135 is up by 1. They are just gonna be taking it home. I hope to see if we can maybe get a turnaround. Maybe I want to see game 5. I need to have it happen personally as a caster. I've said it earlier, but we'll have to see what happens as Bullseye's going to get this early rate of possible shot. Oath falls up for him, takes another shot at it, and Pigeon, what an absolute slammer of a save. Well done out of him, and we're taking on down to the final 4 minutes and 10 seconds here. This game number 2.
Yeah, very slow start here for Xotic. They've had a bit of time to wait, and for how long tonight has been, I'm sure that's actually going to feel really nice for them. But the problem is, when you wait, it's so tough to recover, so back to get into those matchups. So Xotic have a lot to do here to warm themselves up. Little Step Boys obviously coming off of an incredible 2-0 sweep win against S.O.S. But Xotic coming off of a long amount of waiting, albeit off of a Game 5 win. They're going to need a little bit of time to warm up, and that is the time where Little Step Boys, if they want to keep things close, they want to really battle into this series, they've got to win this game too, and they've got to make sure they get those goals early when Xotic are not ready.
Yeah, absolutely. In 135, they are going to have to play to their absolute peak. This is the grand final. Your mistakes, as we've seen multiple times throughout this series, or not just the series, excuse me, multiple times throughout this entire night of casting, these mistakes will be capitalized on. As that demo is right there, he got his mistake, and double capitalized. Little Step Boys do not care about this game advantage.
No, they need to come back, and they need to fight, and that is one way to do it. The demo on Pigeon. They've been the most aggressive team on those demos tonight here, Little Step Boys, and they are not letting that go away from them. 1 goal already, 3 minutes to go, but we saw the demos against S.O.S work, and against Xotic they could also work here, as they aren't ready for that. We didn't see Little Step Boys bring demos earlier tonight, but clearing the lower finals, knowing that they were playing the lower bracket, knowing they had to change something up, those demos have been the answer.
This aggression between these two teams is just absolutely stellar. You could see, I mean, sure, yes, there's been a few fair double commits and boost starves, but that demo and that keeping that ball across that midline so that these teams aren't actively committing has been the precipice for these two teams, especially considering Little Step Boys have been there for that ball and almost getting another goal free there, but thankfully Resident will turn around on it. Speaking of, and Gub will take it off into midair. No boost for him, but he has it there, sends it on back, and Pigeon will send it. Oath to the right side. Resin will offer him. Does he have the chance? He does get a shot. There's demos on the play, but Bullseye thankfully has that save here and keeps Little Step Boys from still having that 1 goal lead as the final 2 minutes and 10 seconds ring on in this game number 2.
Yeah, Xotic is looking to attack that net. They haven't found anything just yet, but you really think with time, Xotic will find that mark. You would expect them to find their mark as, oh, that's a bad touch, and that's an easy shot for Oath. Pigeon gave it to him with gift wrapping and a bow on top. It doesn't get easier than that for Oath.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, I said it before, and I'll probably say it till the end of time, is your mistakes being punished. Those 3 words, memorize them and throw them on your forehead, because that right there was the prime minuscule of a mistake, and that one could be costly. The shot goes through. Thankfully, Pigeon has the save. Tide up in the middle. Oath for him does get that rebound there, but Tide almost dunked him, but somehow that ball does not find its way in past the blue net there. Oath up early, takes it to the side. God, no problem for him. He's gonna flip reset, take it mid. Does he have a pass to his teammate? Not quite, because Bullseye gets beat, but thankfully Oath has remaining his composure. No problem for him. He's gonna send it on down and take a 50 out in midfield.
The offense still here. Xotic though, trying to pick up the pace, trying to pick up the speed of the game. Here goes a shot. Save away, Gah. Already airborne as Tide. Offside wall. Oath. Tide again. Pigeon. With space. Flip reset. Stopped by Bullseye. Resinol striking. Scoring. 100x35 have given themselves life.
Life is certainly indeed, because Bum's coming out on the play, and Resinol quick as heck getting up to that ball immediately. 70 miles an hour. That's one off from our favorite number. It was a beautiful shot, and just unfortunately, Little Step Boys could not find that defensive prowess. They are still up by 1, though, as the final minute ticks through, and possibly up by 2. And thankfully, a save comes through.
Resinol. Inside the final minute, as you said. Pigeon now jumping in. X35 are only 1 goal away from turning this game around, but they've got to find that opening. An opening that has not shown for them so far. Resinol. Still Resinol, but it will be Gah, and that's a big pinch. That will catch the other side of the field. X35, just wait. They're trying to pull players in, but Oath will not be fooled. Pigeon waiting is Tied to Pigeon. Actually, that's towards Bullseye. X35 a bit awkward here. They're not really in the right position as Pigeon fakes out a couple. Tide will muster up the strength to go downfield, but Bullseye will not let him pass mid. Pigeon again. Tide already up. Redirect going, but it will be easily kept away by Oath. Bullseye to Ga. Tide and Lil Step Boys lead, but Tide will keep it alive. 100x35 look for one last chance at 0 seconds. It's Pigeon and it's denied. Lil Step Boys take game 2, and the series is already even. That game advantage will not last for long.
Well done out of the resolve of Little Step Boys, even though you could definitely tell towards the end there that constant pressure started to build and turn into a waterfall. They continued to hold that defensive prowess and just absolutely showed stop. I mean, Oath with 4 saves and Go with 2. They are absolutely repping those RLCS tags for a reason and just making sure that they continue the game. Now, they have tied up the series, and I gotta make sure, I believe, Sporty could correct me if this is a best of 3 or best of 5, but
this is a best of 5, but it's now essentially a best of 3 because they both have won a game.
Gotcha. Okay, so best of 3, here it comes. All right, as soon as I hit the ready up button, we can get moving. Up. Too busy yapping my mouth all the way down to the grand final last second here. We're ready to go.
We are, and you know who also is ready to go? Both these teams. They're ready to go into game number 3. Tournament points rests on whoever can win this one. I feel like you can cut this atmosphere with a knife right now. It is so thick, and these teams are really having to breathe through it just to keep things going, but it's game 3 of our grand finals, and, well, with how tonight has gone, you really feel like you could not have asked for anything better. A grand finals that goes down to the wire, that really comes down to these final moments. Who will step up when they need it most?
And talking about stepping up, Bullseye immediately, even though, yes, he is one of the more considered lower-ranked players in this lobby, has been considered. Give that man also his pair of flowers. He's been absolutely a showstopper here, continuing to not necessarily carry, but be that good first and third man for this team, being that playmaker, setting it up for Oath and Gut to get these easy, almost, I don't want to necessarily say free, but pretty open nets after the destruction has came through.
It will be with Resinol and 100x35. Couldn't find an early start last game. They were coming off slow, off of a good amount of period of just resting up and waiting, and it's not going to help them out here. I don't know what happened in front of the net, but it wasn't pretty. And the Little Step Boys will charge forth for their first goal of game 3.
That, to me, looks like a parent taking their hand and slapping something out of it. That was 50 right from that. Just mighty unfortunate. 100x35 as having to play catch up yet again. Not even a full minute into this game number 3 now. I keep forgetting the game advantage. I gotta do math in my head.
Well, fortunately enough, the math is easy right now. Little Step Boys are leading by 1. Resinol challenged by Ga. Very few goals last game. These teams are both not really trying to score too many times. It's about getting those leads and holding them. So there's been so little action in terms of putting the ball in the net in this game. I wonder if we're going to see that pick up in any way, or if it's going to stay as defensive as it was before. X35 don't mind playing a defensive playstyle, but both these teams desperately looking for more goals, more ways to lead. They won't want this to be interesting, and Ga won't let 100x35 get the chance. 2 goals already, and X35 still feel like they're stuck in a deep slumber, and this is about as bad as it can go for an organization and a team that has looked so good tonight.
Yeah, and it's just mighty unfortunate. You can definitely see where 100x35, they still have that life in them. They have that pressure. They have that buildup, but it's just that defensive plays out of there. There it is! The second I opened my mouth, Resident just likes to say, hey, I'm at a goal. It happens. It's like the 3rd time it's happened. Every time I've said something. Yeah, I'm going to respond now instead of early. But no problem for them. 100x35 only slimming down. Little Step Boys lead down by 1 here. Hopefully they can get another one and tie it up.
Well, you might be the good luck charm for Resinol, but he still needs another goal here for X35 to win this, to even have a chance to win this game. Pigeon's trying to get things going as Tide just pumps out Ga. Resinol back wall. Bullseye missed it! It's open! Oh, he hit the post! Bullseye missed! You can't ask for much more! Here goes Tide, but Ga will have an easy block, and 100x35, that felt like the chance that they were asking for. It doesn't get much better and much easier than that. Bullseye missed it, And Resinol, I'm sure, will want that one back, because it should be 2-2. It really should.
That's just a heartbreaking moment if you're on the orange half. It was right there, almost within your grasp, like you're just barely able to get a touch and just it's snagged away from you last moment. 100x35 is definitely going to be wanting to wish that back if they can't find a response here in this next 2 minutes and 20 seconds as that goes through. But speaking of the devil, it's happened again for the 5th time tonight. Resinol has shut the door and shut me up, immediately getting a response here for 100x35.
Yeah, and Oaf, now the one with the misread, just couldn't read that bounce down. It's so tough to read bounces that high off the back wall because it can bounce straight down, it can bounce out, it can bounce really anywhere, and it's so tough to read. And unfortunately, Oaf, when he needs to make that read, he just will not be able to. 135 have found a way back in this game, but it will be a challenge for them for the rest to take that lead as the little step boys continue to play. Demo in midfield, but it will be for Resinol, who will send one through the smoke, off the corner. Ove can't have it, infield pass, Pigeon save. Tide's nowhere to be found, and it will be Guh with room, but the flick easily kept away. Bullseye off the corner. It's Pigeon and 100x35 Esports who continue their attack, but Tide, Guh, Resinol to clear. Maybe a second touch, but it's Bullseye waiting. Now goes Pigeon as Oaf to clear, and boxing out a defender. Is getting everywhere in this. This is a nasty play. The little step boys using everything they can, everything they know, those bumps and demos to try to chip through on X35, but it will not be enough, at least not for now, as this game is nearing its final 60 seconds.
You can just see where this pressure goes almost back and forth. It is truly feeling like a tug of war, especially in this game. It almost seems like you get a good amount of bit of pressure in the blue half, then switches to the orange half. These teams are meant to be here. They have earned their stake into this grand final. The final minute remains. That's a miss. That's a possible mistouch, but thankfully, there's there for the save. Final in for Oath. He follows it up as Guh's going to get a touch past 2. Can he get it past 3? Time and no boost. Does extend and defends his home. Once more, the final 45 seconds have ticked on. Pigeon will send it up for him. Getting another touch he can, but Guh immediately pre-reading him. Wrestle to the center. Bullseye on down. Tide has another shot on, but he gets 50 there with Goth in the corner. Got to the side. Final 30 seconds remain. Who has the response? Does somebody have a goal or something in their pocket here in regulation? Or do we send ourselves to OT in Game 3? Who will find it out?
It may be August, but somebody's got to bring the ice into this game. Pigeon. Oh, he won't find the touch. The goal that's still eluding both these sides in match point territory, tournament point territory. For whoever can take it. Oaf, infield, cleared away. 100x35 Esports will keep that ball out of their nets, keep that ball away. And overtime in the grand finals, one goal determine tournament points. And who will have that advantage going into Game 4 of what could be a 5-game series.
And I certainly hope for a Game 5, but it definitely will have to be if these two teams can be back and forth as they have. But if one steps over the other and continues to peak above their mindset, it will be GG's, and you will see your tournament winner in sooner rather than later. Sends it to the corner. A little bit of a tight spacing between 100x35. That shot somehow almost went through there. A lot of close shots and a lot of close saves coming out of both teams. You can see where they are absolutely playing their hearts out, making sure they put 110% effort in. We'll have to see who can fight at least. We're almost into a first minute here in this OT.
Yeah, and one of the things I've definitely noticed about 135, that rotation has definitely gotten a lot more active as they've been playing, a lot more movement from them, and while that means that they can get to the ball faster, it also means they're leaving a good amount of spaces open in front of that net when they're playing to the corners. So watch little step boys as they move upfield, start to transition that ball into left-right lateral movement to try to pull this team out of the net, but it will be pinched away. 100x35 just looking for that clean opportunity. Resinol's had a couple clean goals tonight. He's had a couple great chances. Pigeon has shown up with some mechanical prowess. 100x35 looking for the chance as Tide missed. Bullseye won't be able to hit Oaf. This to the back wall. Ooh, Tide out of position. Pigeon. Ooh, it's just off the bar. Demo in the midfield. 100x35 just gonna send it away. Not the cleanest look on defense, but if it works, they won't be complaining. They gotta save. Huge block for Tide. And this game continues with a goal line stand from 100x35 Esports.
Man, oh man, has the defense continued to creep on through. Beautiful saves from both sides here. You can tell as things continue to ramp up between both sides. Oh, to the side, potential double for him. Sent it to the center. There's got to be a follow-up, and Bullseye almost had it right there. That's a beautiful save right there for Tide to clean it up, though. Tied with Oath, 50 to the right side. Does somebody have a response? Bullseye's gonna follow it up. 50 for him in demo. Gah, up early. Follow-up for him, no problem. Sent it to the corner. Gets a touch to the mid. That's a follow-up, but there's another save that comes out. Does Tide have the follow-up is the question, though. Up towards the air, no boost. Oath gets it past 1. Can he get it past 2? Not quite as Resident will send it to the center. Pigeon, off for him. Challenged in the air by Gull, leaves it for Tide. Tide will take a shot. Crossbar down. Beautiful clear from Bullseye. Oath to the side and clears it out to the mid yet again.
It feels like 135 have been getting away with it this game. They've had so many plays on that net, but they need the goal to end it. Saves will only get you so far. Now they gotta go back. It's Gah, one-on-one. What a save. Pigeon had no boost and still gets up in time. A big block and a big moment's notice on X35 somehow, in some way, continue to stay in this game even when the ball has gone on target, even when they've been pushed all the way back. What will break? Can anything break? They'll go downfield again. Another big clear. Little Step Boys may have offense, but clearly that has not been enough.
And you can tell they are sending everything. They're breaking the windows. They're opening the doors. Breaking the cabinets. Doesn't matter. They're trying to do everything they can between two teams, and yet nothing has found its way through. We are almost a full game of regulation in just this OT alone. This is a match point, or not match point, but a tied point between these two teams. Who is going to come out on top, or who will lead into game 4 with an advantage?
So much time and still so little goals to have. Resinal. Oh, past Stove. Bullseye, last one standing. Pigeon can't win the challenge. Could have been a 2v1 there had he gotten the play cleanly, but clearly tonight has had other ideas. Overtime can be so cruel at times. But all these teams need is one. Oh, can't make it. Pigeon! Oh, it's kept off. Gah stands tall, and Lil Step Boys continue. Now they're the ones on defense. Infield pass. Gah can't get around Pigeon. Resinal on X35 through the midfield as it's Pigeon again off the corner. Tied! Oh, he's missed the net. That was it. And still we stay in overtime.
30 seconds away from essentially playing a whole nother game of overtime. This is literal insanity, and we're not even on the final of game 5. Residal to the center, down on under. Oath reads it early. Does he have a pop-up? He does get a flip reset, not past 2 though. Residal to the side. Residal off to the center. Does he have a follow-up boost for him? Takes the 50 with there. Tied, getting beat. Oath to the side. Pigeon up top, taking it from the ceiling. He's gonna follow it on down. Gets another 50. Teammate, Gah, one more time for him. Touchdown. Does he have another follow-up? He does it. Tide's gonna take the pitch and get demoed for his. Bullseye's gonna take a shot. Bubs come through. Ball center, Guz right there with him, and Oath finishes it! Oath will take advantage and bring themselves to match points!
Little Step Boys fight, and continue to fight, and they never ever lost the sight of the goal. 5 minutes and 15 seconds, and now the advantage is well and truly theirs. They are now 1 win away.
That, ladies and gentlemen, it is absolute cinema. I have my jaw is on the floor. My hands are in the air. I don't know what to say right now as a caster. I say so many words and yet I've run out of them. We're headed to game number 4.
And tonight has been a night of excitement, of drama, and everything in between. And the Little Step Boys from the lower bracket may be able to get it done in 4 games in the grand finals, but oh, well, I say that, and yet we've seen Champions Field so many times. The S.O.S side will need to... S.O.S? That's not the team that's playing. 135. Yeah, wrong team. The 135 will need to go there one more time tonight to get themselves the chance to win, and you can't deny that they can do it, but the one thing they gotta do, they gotta get out of defense. They've been playing way too much defense tonight to give themselves a chance against Little Step Boys, and they beat them before. But simply put, defense is not going to win you everything. You got to get downfield. They got to get more shots. Simply put, they haven't had enough offense, and they haven't been good enough at scoring the plays they've had on offense.
Especially, they had a brilliant amount of saves. They had 10 saves on the timeline between essentially 2 games that we played between these two. 100x35 has that potential. You've seen it. They have fought and clawed their way to this grand final. If they lose this one, it is officially over for them and they take the second place trophy.
Well, that's where things come down to here. 100x35 now need to fight because everything up to this point matters. Pigeon, Tide, sent up, Resinal, drop down and it will not be strong enough. Pigeon keeps things going. Resinal again, under the bar and in the back of the net.
An absolute banger of a shot, 58 miles an hour. That is middle of the goal. Almost seemingly, I'm gonna tell you that if I would have shot that, it's clanging out to the other side of the goal. Not going in, ladies and gents. That was an absolutely beautiful play. 100x35 first on the board. Can they retain it?
Well, fortunately, you won't be playing. This is where the pros get to show up, and the pros get to state what they're made of. The offense for 100x35 strikes early. We need more of that if they want to see Champions Field to end the night. Infield pass. Actually, it's straight down for Ga. 100x35 not choosing to commit as Pigeon. Not enough boost in the tank. Will have to go anyways. He's got Resinal in support, but Bullseye takes it away. He's been the lowest ranked player in many of the matches he's been in tonight. And yet he has been a major reason why Little Step Boys have been so strong. He's been consistent. He's made touches on defense. He's had really strong positioning, especially. Little Step Boys have to owe it to Bullseye for many of the reasons why they've been so good tonight, because his positioning, his placement in these matches has been crucial to their ability to keep pressure.
And that pressure can be good, but it also can be costly. We've seen a couple times where Little Step Boys have been on the pressure and they've actually had to pay for it a couple times with a goal being down. Couple games here with them, they have seen where that pressure just doesn't pay off, and that right there is a prime example. As a couple of double commit comes out, mistakes have been made, but Tide sends it back. And another one shot up, and Resinal follows it up, not much boost. It's gonna remain in the corner as all 3 players of Little Step Boys are in that very same right corner. Follow up for Tide, shot comes through and bang bang into the right side. Tide gets another goal for him. Well done into the 3 minutes and 4 seconds on the board.
And you said it exactly there. All of them were in the corner. Nobody was thinking about the net. And too many times tonight we've seen these players have a bit too much trust in their teammates to win challenges when they really need to be in the goal. We saw Little Step Boys get a bit carried away on that positioning. And now 100x35 have a major lead, and Pigeon may have another save. No follow-up as Resinal wanted challenge, but Bullseye will keep it aside, and 100x35 wait for a little bit more, but back to defense, now back to offense. That transition game has been solid for them here in Game 4, and what a time for it to be solid when your whole tournament rests on you winning here.
And that is the most true statement I think you could have said in this tournament. It was well played between the 2 teams. The tournament lives are still here, and it's looking like that. Oh my lord, I don't know how that's not in. That is, will clean it up, no problem. Striking their lead down by 1. The Giants' leg, one of them has been cut in half.
Yeah, Pigeon backflipped. He couldn't read the bounce. He was expecting it to go above the back wall, but that bounce straight down meant he could not get there. And the grand finals. Well, the cinema that you've described continues. The Little Step Boys now 1 away as Ga. Backwall. What a strong touch from Resinal, but he will have to chase down Oath. Pigeon doesn't win it. Tide's got to be careful. He almost got bumped out. It's in front of the net as Bullseye will be there, but Tide pinches it away. And X35, they're a team that can play defensively, but I mean, you can tell defense is not going to win them this game, and they're not playing for it either. They do not want to hold this lead. They want to add to it.
And 1 goal lead is only a small
Oh my
difference.
goodness!
The demos come through! Triple demos on the day! Oath says, I'm tired of this game, Grandpa! I want to go home!
Well, he's only a little under 2 minutes to go, and those demos, they've appeared perfectly for the Little Step Boys. And this will continue onward as 100x35, they've had a fair share of demos to deal with tonight in this grand finals already. And it's only going to get worse, I have a feeling, as the match continues, as Oath waiting back. Resinal does get that challenge. He's going to get another touch on this too. It's for Bullseye, but Tide will beat him to the punch, but not have a follow-up on it. And the play will be for the little step boys as infield, up for Gus, shot saved, follow-up saved as well. And 100X will clear it away. Resinal, musty flick, now it's Ove, infield, up is Bullseye, no he won't, he'll wait. And instead of taking his chances, he'll just play for time. This game is tied, he knows any mistake could be his undoing, and he's not looking to make mistakes when your whole tournament, everything you played for, comes down to this.
Every single choice you make in this final minute predetermines whether your tournament lives are cut down. It doesn't matter, though! That decision is perfect, and Tide will shut the door once more, bringing up their lead by 1 and potentially bringing them to game number 5.
What a huge strike, and a huge demo as well to make that happen. 55 seconds. 55 seconds left for 100x35 to give themselves the one opportunity they ask for. Off the back wall, cleared away. Little step boys, not gonna let them get away with it easy. Bullseye, not enough boost in the tank. Resinal will win. Oath chases this one back. He will go to his own corner, and now he's got room. Past Resinal, not around Pigeon, but he will find the play to go. Bullseye waiting, he won't go. A costly play there. Bullseye, who has usually had good positioning, that one he was just not in the right spot. And he'll have to wait again in front of the net. Everybody up! This is it in! It is! Oh, through the mix! Little Step Boys have struck again!
Oath says, I don't care if the tides are changing. I am the god of the waters. I am Poseidon. I'm tying up this game. 18 seconds left to go. Who is gonna take it in this game number 4?
The next 35 had their opportunity, and it fell apart before their very eyes. But this game is not over. We saw a 5-minute overtime last time around. Little Step Boys don't want to go to OT here. They'll get the last laugh. But this play, well, it will stay up for now. Oh, maybe a chance. Tied to clear it away. Overtime for a second straight game. Little Step Boys, if they score next, the tournament is theirs. 100x35, game 5 rests on them being the victors. Tied to Resinal, saved by Ga early, and Little Step Boys continue their strong defensive night.
You can see it. Those shot attempts were gnarly. A couple bump plays coming out. Literally, the first man will touch the ball and then immediately wrap around once he's done and go for some form of a dunk or demo. That shot's got to be caught a little bit wide. Tied to the left side there. No teammate for him to follow, and Gub with no boost does get that clear. Resinal's up early, down to the mid. Follow up there. Oath is going to let Bullseye hit it with not much boost. Oath up once, but Tide has that early read. Pigeon to the side. Ga off the wall. Shot chance. Actually past to Bullseye. Bullseye back to Ga. Ga down to the side. Bullseye's got to slam it in! And Little Step Boys are your Soulless Path $500 Better Together champions!
In overtime in 2 games in a row, they prevent Champions Failed from the lower bracket they stood. Now on the top of the podium they stand. Little Step Boys, through all the trials and tribulations, the troubles of playing in the lower bracket, the loss in the upper semifinals, it all ends in a bitter, sweet ending for X35, but a perfect ending for Little Step Boys. Champions of the Better Together tournament, champions of that $500 prize pool, and champions of the evening. What a showing, what a grand finals. I wish that one was longer, but the Little Step Boys, they came to play, they showed up when it mattered, and truthfully, they deserve every bit of this championship.
Well played out of every single team here. That was absolute cinema. I don't have any other than to say GG's to both teams. Little Step Boys will take that $300 payment and their prize pool together. The second of the 100x35 will take $125, and our third place, which I S.O.S, will take $75 here to take home today and split it across themselves. And I will say as well, thank you so much to all of our sponsors, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, to T-Pez, Serenix Esports, and our, lo and behold, our home, our first tournament, and soon to be many, many more, Soulless Path and Better Together. We are here to let everybody and grow. And with that being said as well, if you come over to Saul's Path, I do just want to give a quick shout out. If you got a team that you want to get signed up, we'll get you set up. We got multiple leagues. We've got coaching. You want a logo? Come on in. We got logos. We got jerseys. You name it. We will get you covered no matter. Come over to join the Path and get your journey started. We got you covered. And by that being said, Sporty, how you feeling?
Well, I'm feeling exhausted, but more importantly, I'm feeling like tonight was well worth it. As I said at the beginning of the evening, it was 82 teams. Now it is over. Thank you all so much for joining the Better Together 3v3 tournament, the $500 prize pool. Congratulations to Little Step Boys on their championship. And thank you as well to all of the followers we had as well, to all of the supporters, to all of our sponsors. You mentioned them before, I'll mention them again. S.O.S, Serenix Esports, and the Top Prospect Elite Series. Thank you for joining, because together we truly are better, and we can make great things happen. Have an amazing rest of your night. Take care, be well, and from all of us at S.O.S Path to all of you out there watching, enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be live with more S.O.S Path action, I'm certain, in the future. Join our Discord to get announcements, and have a great rest of your evening. Thank you so much.
Check your body.